Okay, I guess we're on the air here. Let's refresh the YouTube page. And come on now. There we go. All right. Oh, you got in. Awesome. Awesome. You got in, Pete. I thought you were under like property manager or some bullshit, but
yeah, I have another one.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, but I couldn't find it. I know I added it to my circles, but whatever.
Oh, this one works.
Yeah, and I think I picked the right one for Ewart as well.
We got Mr. Cunahan here.
What would you pick for me?
I was trying to decide which Google Plus account to pick for you. I couldn't remember if you were still using Strange Bruisings or if you were just using your regular one. So
I don't even know. I'm so out of the loop on that stuff.
Yeah. All right, well, we are live. Do have a couple topics. Hopefully some other people have some shit they want to talk about later on, or we're just going to descend into bullshit really quickly.
Yeah.
Got people jumping in here. The comments section is open. We'll be monitoring that, so people want to make comments, ask questions, or whatever. Feel free. Yeah, that's right. You got yourself a panel of experts here, baby. We'll talk about BMB.
Not even a couple minutes in. Dusty Rose, baby.
The man is dead. Let him rest in peace.
Keep on it no other way, man. This is his legacy lives on into us.
Now a guy on the computer's taking your job, Daddy.
That's right. Okay, so far we have your immaculate guest panel here. We have Greg, Bylog. Say hello, Greg. What are you drinking tonight, sir?
Well, I'm going to start off by disappointing you all and say I'm just drinking some water because I'm at work.
Mute.
And what are you, Ewart, tonight? What's going on?
Are you purifying yourself or something?
Yeah. Okay, next we got Ewart Reeves. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a winter seasonal. I didn't know it was a winter seasonal, but it's Bose Bog Water, and I'm not even sure I've ever had it. I've had Bog Father. I was perusing. I said, you know what? I can't remember the last time I've had this, so hadn't, and it's actually better than I remember never having it.
Yeah, I like Bog Father better, but Bog Water's pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Nicholas Lowe, right out of New Brunswick. What are you doing tonight, sir? What are you drinking?
I haven't had one of these in a while. I'm going to drink a Czech Fire.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm going to follow it up with something nice. So, Chimay Bleu.
Ah, there you go. That Czech Fire's not bad. That's the real Budweiser.
Yeah, I remember it being pretty good. I haven't had it in like a couple of years ago. It disappeared I think it disappeared in bottle form, and then they brought cans in for a while. I just sort of ignored the cans, but now we get the bottles again, so they just showed up. Might as well try it.
All right. And we got my best friend Peter on here, right out of Kempville, running his slumlord apartment building.
And that's the one in Middleton. Come on now. Asshole and garbage. Fuck.
No, that was the classy one. Isn't that what they brought you down there to show you how it's really done?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot. I got to get Kentville the same way. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, he's actually running a Shining-esque hotel that's all old and decrepit and probably haunted at some point. So what are you drinking tonight, Peter?
Well, with the heat that we had in the valley, I decided to go with that Twisted half and half iced tea.
Okay, and that's actually not bad. I can actually vouch for that actually not being bad, as long as you just want to drink iced tea that will get you drunk very quickly. And I have switched over to Garrison's In Session ISA. So, yeah. So we'll take a little look here on the old page and see if anyone's commented yet. We actually got person watching, so that's interesting.
You have a viewer?
Yeah, an actual viewer. I know one of them's me, but someone else, unless one of you guys are monitoring the comments.
Yeah, that's me.
Sec here.
Oh,
I'll close the window. Is it down to 1?
I don't know. I'm not gonna reload it yet.
It's all about the DVR, man. People are just gonna watch later. You know how it is.
Yeah, we just pick up tons of viewers later. I tell you, fucking Christ.
Only that we're
Well,
real.
who knows? You have no idea what may happen later in the show. So it could, like, all of a sudden there could be like a groundswell of people like, oh shoot, and then they started watching from the beginning to understand what got us to that point. You know?
Could be.
No.
No.
Wishful thinking.
The show's gonna be Thursday morning spanking material for a lot of people without no jobs.
There's no female beer tubers on this panel.
I wish.
Okay.
So we do have. I do have a couple of articles I wanted to go through. Actually, did a little bit of work because Rhino decided, I got to have my job on fucking Wednesday nights for a couple weeks, and I can't do a Monday show because I have to go out on a brewery tour with Guy and fucking asshole, man. So the first one I wanted to go to here is just a little bit of news for Nova Scotia, which is actually quite encouraging. There's going to be no more, it says no more plebiscites. Province considers ending prohibition once and for all in Nova Scotia. Now, I know how that sounds right away. It sounds like you have prohibition in Nova Scotia. You can't drink beer or booze at all. No, what it's referring to is they basically want to make it a wet province where restaurants can serve drinks without serving food. They can serve booze and sort of open up who can have licenses to sell booze. Let's see what it just says here. The Alcohol, Gaming, Fuel, and Tobacco Division of Nova Scotia sent around a letter to municipalities in Nova Scotia asking for their feedback on 2 potential changes in the Liquor Control Act, making the whole province wet and allowing restaurants to sell 2 glasses of alcohol to partners who don't order food. The province of Nova Scotia lifted the provincial prohibition on the sale of alcohol in 1929, but alcohol sales were only allowed after publicity in the area of the province. So basically, what it had to be the local population of whatever area had to actually vote on whether they wanted to sell alcohol in that area or not. And basically what they're saying here is they just want to put it in government hands where the government says, yeah, you can do it wherever you want as long as you buy the license. You don't have to go by the will of the people. So, yeah, that's essentially the crux of it, and I'm very encouraged by this. This sounds really good.
I have an idea, or a question, I guess. What did you say about they're allowed to sell 2 beverages before food consumption?
They can sell two alcoholic beverages to partners without even having food consumption. That'd be like in restaurants and stuff. So you could go to your favorite restaurant and get a beer and not have to order food. Okay.
The only thing that I'm wondering with that is if you went out to pretty much any bar, they have to have a fully functional kitchen open for 5 hours a day in order to be able to sell alcohol, but you don't need to purchase food. So I wonder if that's going to incite, purchasing food as a must as opposed to what it currently is now.
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. I don't know. I'm assuming that just making it easier to buy alcohol in restaurants is going to be the main thing, and they're not going to. I mean, I'm sure people are still going to go to different places and buy their food and their booze at the same time or whatever, right? Or buy food afterwards. I think this opens up the ability for more establishments to open up and sell booze where they were reluctant to do so before because, they were either not allowed because it was a dry part of Nova Scotia or whatever. So.
Yeah, and I fully agree with it because when I lived out in BC, we had cold beer and wine stores, and I mean they were able to be open until 2 in the morning because it was same as bar hours. It was fantastic, but
yeah,
I think it'd be great.
Personally. And we only have a couple private locations right now. This seems like it might open up the possibility of more private establishments and maybe even eventually like grocery stores getting booze, because we're basically one of the only provinces who doesn't do that, really. So
Yeah, the last time I checked, actually, when I was looking for business, it was I think it was 12 locations across Nova Scotia that offer that with either convenience store, gas station, or grocery store. And it's pretty much monopolized by two different people, and they're in rural communities. So.
yeah. Any thoughts from anyone else on this?
So this is a law that you can't actually go out to a restaurant and order drinks without food?
It depends on where you go in Nova Scotia. Some places are dry areas where before restaurants weren't allowed to sell booze at all. And I think essentially what they're saying here is now you can, not only can you, if you get the license to sell alcohol anywhere now, not only that, but they can just come to your restaurant and buy booze and not have to order food on top of that. So.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I find that strange because there's some places in Ontario that, after a certain time, don't even have food.
Yeah, it says here, currently restaurants with an eating establishment license as compared to a lounge license can only sell alcohol to customers who also order food. So I guess that sort of changes that around a bit. Businesses which are solely eating establishments would like to be able to serve small quantities of alcohol to customers without a meal, reads background information on the proposal. An example would be a customer wanting to stop and have a beer on their way home from work. So instead of having to stop at a bar, you could stop at your, whatever restaurant you frequent and get a drink. See here. Yeah, and basically it's kind of putting it in the government's hands now, where they say if you want to buy a license, we'll sell it to you, and you can do it anywhere. Where before they had to vote on it, the local population of whatever area had to vote on it. So that might be really good for the valley, considering we live in the fucking Bible Belt, and traditionally,
Thing that allows easier access to booze by responsible adults is a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
I'm seeing 2 nicks right now.
Hey,
Yeah.
My browser crashed.
Twice to Nicholas.
It pulled a B-log.
Oh. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of my corpses around tonight.
Oh, look.
We should officially
Jesus
chat.
Christ. What comes in?
That was a good Hougly Live. Have a good night, guys.
This shit has officially hit the fan, fellas.
Goes the neighborhood.
How are you doing, sir, and what are you drinking tonight?
I haven't gotten into anything yet, but I got something out of the fridge letting it warm up. Local brewery, Community Beer Works, their NIPA, which is an IPA with Heather 2 Blanc, Citra, and Yarlow hops. So sounds pretty interesting.
Nice.
Intriguing.
And I got proper glassware. Proper glassware, oh yeah.
And we're going to move on to the next one, and this is sort of a humorous article. I'm not going to read the entire thing because it's a little lengthy, but this is from Deadspin.com, and it's 36 cheap American beers ranked. So basically, they're going through all of Jay Terrio's favorites here.
Cream of the crap.
Yeah, this was sort of centered around Independence Day in the U.S. He said, "I realize you're going to spend Independence Day happily drinking whatever cold beer you're served because you're polite and you're an alcoholic. But I trust you'll have a fine time no matter what you drink. But that doesn't mean America's shit brews are all the same. The list below breaks down 36 of them from worst to least worst. And so, like, number 36, he's got his Keystone. He says, this is the worst beer currently sold in American soil. It sits behind chilled glass in a convenience store fridge like a dumb rebuke of the explosion of American craft beer variety all around it. In 1978, there were 89 breweries in the U.S. Today, there are more than 2,400, and most of the new ones are better than most of the old ones. In 2013, craft beer is no longer the exclusive domain of West Coast weirdos and psychotic woodsmen. These fine days, you can score Samuel Adams or Sierra Nevada in the least ambitious of convenience stores, and Dogfish Head 90 Minutes on the least reliable of trains. And then there is Keystone, which first appeared to the world in 1989 in Chico, California, home of the Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. Keystone separates itself from the rest of the crap pack by augmenting the typical stale, sour flavor profile with notes of brown bananas and green armpits. Keystone is worse than Heineken and murder, apparently. They have, actually I'm going to put the link to this in the side chat in case anyone wants to see, just scan through it themselves here, but I'll pick a couple of the ones on here just to read through some of the funnier ones. Number 34 is Genesee Cream Ale. Man, do I want to like Jenny Cream. Man, do I not like Jenny Cream. I'm a sucker for old-timey regional budget brew, but this is awfully rough stuff. It doesn't even have the dignity to go down swinging with a signature blend of gross flavors a la Keystone. Jenny Cream is just the archetypical stale cardboard crud juice.
Totally disagree.
They say Rolling Rock smells like 3 fat guys in a 2-man tent.
Rolling Rock is pretty fucking horrendous.
Schlitz at number 30. I love Schlitz until a few years ago when they made the big fuss about reintroducing the classic 60s formula, which tastes yeasty and sweet like an infected donut. Let's see here.
3 guys in the... Oh.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
3 fat guys in the tent eating that donut.
26, Bud Light. This is good because this sort of sounds like Guy's tasting notes. Tastes like printer paper and often gives the impression of unfreshness, which is alarming given the high turnover. There's a very good chance you and Bud Light will join forces at some point over the holiday weekend, and that's all well and good, but please don't take it into the bathroom with you. I used to clean bar bathrooms, and an overwhelming majority of the bottles left in the john at the end of the night were Bud Light. Bud Light dudes are afraid of leaving their beer unattended, as if they have reason to worry about the fate of unattended beers. I suppose there's something apt about these beers ending the night on top of a urinal. It's like a little story about the nitrogen cycle. Let's see here. Busch Light at 24. This is for the sort of person who buys tube socks at the bus stop. Like, on one hand, all right, good job holding together enough to get some brand new socks on your feet. But then on the other hand, I can't help but point out that if you'd been a little more rigorous in planning your day, you wouldn't be buying socks at the bus stop.
I bet we could buy socks at the bus stop here.
Awesome.
I'm surprised Busch Light's that high.
Busch is a little lower here. Busch at 19. Come on, man. Busch isn't so bad. Let's say you're a stepdad, probably named Ron, and you're a bud man. Good living until your jet ski needs a new fuel pump and you're fresh out of jet ski fuel pump cash. You think you're fucked, but then you realize you can just step it down to Busch for a few weeks and bang, back in the lake. Now who's too cool for Busch?
Oh, Roland Terrio, they have spotted you, baby.
Howdy.
Mr. Spieth. So,
Sorry?
Hmm?
I'm here.
We got Jordan in here. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Good. We're up in the skinhead quote here as we speak. It's awesome. Let's go down the list here a little bit more. They don't even say anything for Budweiser. They just have number 13, Budweiser, period.
Each what age?
Sorry, did you skip the Beast already? It's a personal favorite.
Baby, there's no Beast. The only Beast on this one will be Beast Ice, baby.
Well, number 20, Milwaukee's Best. It's easy to mock the Beast, but it's all I drank in college and I turned out.
What number is it?
Number 20 on the list.
Oh.
Yeah, that and Old Milwaukee were a personal, like, you know, itch beers I like.
See, the key to that one is that he says he turned out. He didn't say he turned out good or bad.
Exactly.
He just sort of left it ambiguous.
He made it through. Yeah.
Yeah. Coors Light is at number 12. It says, is Ice Cube broke? Seems unlikely, but it's the only acceptable excuse for those shameful ads wherein the baddest rapper of my childhood loses an argument to a fucking beer bottle. I had a Coors Light last week, though, and it's better than I remembered. If you base your beer choices on the CEO's politics, and I suppose you might as well, then you probably have an opinion on Head Pete in charge's staunch conservatism, as well as the company's scummy labor history. Okie dokie. Let's see here.
I don't know a lot of these beers. What the hell?
Too many light beers in the top 12.
Lots of these seem kind of local cheap beers, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of them are definitely regional, like Narragansett.
Yeah, and there's Utica Club, which I think is in central upstate New York. You can really find that.
Yeah, Central New York. You say.
One beer that should be on this is Tundra.
Tundra.
Yeah, it's a super cheap beer up here. It's like $7 for a 6-pack. Freaking retarded.
Well, this list is all centered around American shit.
Oh, no Lucky Light on there?
You didn't do your due diligence and invite Ron for this one. You should have. This would have been.
Well, if he makes a comment on the comments that want an invite, I'll invite him. I don't even know if I have him in my circles anymore, honestly.
Oh my lord, what?
I think I took him out. I think I took him out because I was sort of getting tired of some of his posts. But
Racist?
I didn't mean to bring anything up. I'm just saying he likes the matches.
Saying about he hates Mexicans, or is that?
Already going downhill, baby, and all we're doing is reading it out.
I like to think we hate everyone equally.
It's funny
we don't hate anyone. We just don't like anyone.
That's a more appropriate way of putting it.
Difference between being antisocial and a dick.
When you get down to the top 5, they basically have good things to say about these beers. Well, not bad things. So I guess you can assume good things.
That's the
Better
worst.
than drinking your own urine.
Yeah, like Pabst Blue Ribbon at number 5. It took me a few years to come around on PBR, probably because I was sort of the dipshit who worried about what message my beer was sending. Now that I'm liberated from such petty concerns, I can tell the world, hey, look at me spend $14 to get all day drunk on clean, nondescript beer that tastes like Budweiser is supposed to. That's a pretty fair assessment.
To this day, I've never drank PBR.
You ain't missing much.
Yeah, you're not missing anything, but I mean, it's markedly better than fucking Budweiser.
To be fair, out of this entire list, you're not missing much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Utica,
you are, but nothing good.
Yeah. Utica Club at 4. This has a fair bit going on flavor-wise, which is risky business. Less is usually much more in this price category, but Utica Club is the rare cheapie that pulls off its dangerous ambition. The Central New Yorker's unique vegetal maltiness is much better than the phrase unique vegetal maltiness suggests. I'll never write their marketing copy, but I'll always drink their beer. They say Coors, you don't see much yellow canned original Coors banquet beer in Boston, which I will defend. I think that's a pretty good macro.
Yeah.
Which is a small shame, since it's a half step better than its direct competitors. See above regarding Nazis and unions and whatnot. Oh, okay. Narragansett, this resurrected New England legend, was prominently featured in Jaws, then went away for a couple decades, is now prominently featured in my refrigerator. I guess they're releasing the can design from Jaws for the 40th anniversary of Jaws or whatever.
It's cool.
And there was sort of a campaign and commercials to resurrect that brand in general a few years back, and they're saying the original recipe. I think that's the brand, right?
Yeah. Awesome. And here's one I've never heard of, and actually Jeff Lyons from New England Beer Reviews, he said he'd never heard of this one either. Grain Belt Premium. I always think of Minnesota as a secretly sexy place, and not just because of Kent Herbick and Al Franken. Maybe it's all the trout and music and Lutherans. Toss in a smooth, creamy, and dreamy local budget brew like Grain Belt, and it's a wonder Minnesota hasn't seceded to form its own naked blonde utopia. Grain Belt Premium is America's finest cheap beer, apparently.
I've seen it when I was driving through Minnesota. I just, I didn't think it was a macro. I thought, or like kind of like that. I just thought it was whatever shitty local brand. They're sort of the like a poor man's New Glarus in Minnesota.
It doesn't surprise me. I think you said it earlier. You were that the majority of like the top 10, but even a couple of the teams, it's all regional stuff. You got Olympia and Rainier, which is basically Pacific Northwest, Utica Club, New York, and Narragansett, New England, Grain Belt, probably Minnesota, Wisconsin, things of that nature. It doesn't surprise me that these are like in the top 10 because it's like, oh, it's my favorite from this little area of America. Or a lot of them don't get wide distribution, so. Kind of weird list, especially in the top
10. When they're talking about cheap American beer, how is Big Flat's not on this list?
Because
it's better than all this shit by far, and it's fucking 50 cents a can. Come on.
Yeah, I think the only reason is because he probably never had Big Flats.
Well, I can send this guy a beer. I'm going to contact him. Maybe he wants something.
How's he not? I mean, over there, how's he not had Yingling? How's that not on this?
No, he did. It's so far back that it's
is?
ridiculous. It's like mid-20s or some shit. Yeah. Which I find crazy. I think it's better than like 90% of this shit.
Yeah, I drink Yingling voluntarily.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, there's probably 5 to 10 of these beers I would do the same with. I just wouldn't necessarily enjoy it all that much.
I just find it funny that the very first comment after this list is, "Did you eat somebody's ass out before you tasted these? This list is an utter travesty."
Mm-hmm. Why? And the one right after, why are people so into Yingling? Because it's awesome. Fuck you. Yeah, that was Ewert's reaction. I thought.
I like it actually. I like that beer. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think we all have our little, little places in our heart for certain macros that like. He has Jenny Cream Ale 34 out of everything on this list that I've had. I'd probably take a Jenny Cream Ale before all of this stuff. I just had it fresh at the brewery last week, and it was way more than passable. It's actually decent.
I think you give it a 4.5 out of 5.
I gave it a 3.25, motherfucker. 3.25 out of 5.
I don't know. You're rating a lot of beers and breweries I never heard of very highly, sir.
Yeah, dude. I hit up 10 breweries in 2 days and sampled like 64 beers, and none of it was really shit. There was a couple that most of it was from Genesee, to be honest with you. Most of the stuff was solid to good, but there was a couple breweries that were outstanding, and if they actually had their beers commercially available and like in stores and shit, they'd probably be highly rated. But most of these places were in the fucking middle of nowhere. It's ridiculous how just like your farmlands everywhere, fucking mountains and just all kinds of big ass lake, and then here's a brewery just hanging out here. How? Why? Because it's pretty good beer.
Just, I think everyone in the actual hangout has seen it, but Peter linked a link to a song that is that I think probably connects with this list pretty well. "Keep Your Hands Off My PBR" by Scuzz Twitley, apparently. And I'll warn you, there are 2 bikini chicks in this, but there's also a dude in a banana hammock, which is, yeah.
Hey, love wins.
Love her.
I'll just link it in the comments here for any viewers who.
You know what? I'm not laughing. Greg, that was probably the best thing you've ever said in your life.
Well, I'm glad.
Holy fuck.
It was a low bar, but I passed it.
Yeah, you finally crawled your way up out of obscurity, sir. Now you're now validated by Ewert Reeves.
To be fair, we don't even have low expectations for you, Greg. We have none. So
yeah,
take that for what it's worth.
I'm just surprised that you weren't on mute when you said that.
So Excelsior, sir.
Oh shit.
It's already gone. It's already gone bad. It's already gone sour.
Yeah.
Pretty sure when you hit the line button, it went sour. It went downhill instantly.
Yeah. Thanks for the vote of confidence there, Joe. That's awesome.
No problem. No problem.
Actually,
do you see this panel? Do you see this panel? Look at it. That's all you need.
By the way, Jordan, what are you drinking tonight, Jordan, sir?
Clown shoes, Crunkle Sam barley wine.
Clown shoes. Gotta put a date on the bottle. Gotta put a date on the bottle.
I don't think that'll ever get old.
There's no date on this bottle, guys.
It's
Looking like a hillbilly pots of friggin' and a flangin'.
Beverly Hillbillies back here. This pot's a clanging and a clanging.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love how they reverse him in certain points and makes him sound like he's saying faggot all the time. Faggot. Faggot. Yeah.
Sorry, and Crunkle Sam, that's a is that an American barley wine? Remind me on that one.
Yeah, it's American style barley wine with Chinook hops.
With Chinook, you said?
Yeah, Chinook. Quite nice, actually.
Is it a nice triple IPA?
Sorry?
I said, is it a nice triple IPA?
No, actually, it's got a huge barley wine flavor.
Does it have a huge malt backbone?
Yeah.
It's the only thing me personally, I'd be interested in how you guys, what you prefer, but when it comes to barley wines, it's always English style for me. Not that I can't enjoy American style ones, but I always feel like they kind of get lost in the double IPA, triple IPA kind of.
Yeah, well, this one, it kind of, it's already a year old, over a year old, so the hops have really died out.
Nice, yeah. Gotcha.
Gives it a nice marmalade flavor.
Oh my god. Would it be orange marmalade?
Yeah.
Are we gonna need to bring in Matt here to debate this with Lee and I guess the rest of us, because I'm trying to figure out why Matt has such an issue with the orange marmalade character. The only thing I can think of is that he thinks most people are bullshitting and never had orange marmalade before. But that's about all I can think.
And I think he encounters it a lot because he fixates on barley wines a lot, and that's a common barley wine note.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and a lot of times when I'm talking orange orange marmalade or thinking about it, I'm thinking like orange marmalade on like toast. Mm-hmm. That's a lot. You get the breadiness from the
a sweet orange rather than a sour, like bitter.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I mean, orange marmalade has slight bitter components because there's parts of the peel and stuff in there too. But it's more sweet and like you put it on toast, it's like bready. So
with like a hint of rind to it.
Yeah, exactly. So when you have that though, you put that on toast and then you compare it to like a big English barley wine that's bready or biscuity, and then you get orange character that's sweeter. I can understand where that relates. So I just always I don't know. I found it funny Matt was very upset with that tasting note.
Okay, let's bring everyone down because Nick shared with me a pretty kind of a disturbing story actually from a local brewery here in Nova Scotia. Misogynist shaming effort backfires. Bad Apple Brewhouse in full damage control. So this is Bad Apple from right here in the valley in Berwick. It says Bad Apple Brewhouse, a craft brewery in Berwick, Nova Scotia, is doing some serious damage control. After posting a picture of a woman that owner Jeff Saunders encountered in a bar in Halifax to the company's Twitter account, in the tweets he called the woman unsociable, uptight, and a bitch. The photo has since been removed from Bad Apple's Twitter, and the entire Bad Apple Brewhouse Facebook page has also been taken down. The Twitter outburst began Wednesday night, Canada Day, after Twitter user Duncan McKenzie asked Jeff via the Bad Apple account where he was going that night. Bad Apple responded with the picture and tweeted, after being thoroughly insulted by some over-entitled bitch at the GOAT, anywhere seems great. What a way to have a night ruined. When McKenzie called Saunders out for being a misogynist, bullying asshole, the Brewster defended his actions, claiming that the picture and name-calling were deserved because the woman had insulted him and made derogatory and inflammatory remarks. The original post and subsequent defensive tweets to reinforce all too familiar narrative that it's okay to publicly shame and call a woman often sexist names when she insults a man or ruins his night. The post and exchange quickly made the rounds on Twitter and Facebook, prompting significant backlash. They have a post from someone saying they won't be buying anything from Bad Apple now. Next day, the woman in the picture took to the Bad Apple Facebook page. Please keep sharing, she wrote. I know it's a terrible photo of me, which the guy reminded me of several times last night, but I want to get the word out. Don't let them get away with this. The woman declined an interview, but she's grateful for the attention it's receiving. Following the negative attention, Saunders took to Twitter to say that he defended himself inappropriately and was aggressive and needs to find a better way to respond to people that ruin my night. He also tweeted at the woman from the photo saying that he wanted to apologize personally and publicly and asked if she could call him so that he could do so. Apparently she declined. She added a public apology would be appropriate, but not a personal one in private. So Bad Apple is yet to post an apology or take down the tweet in which Saunders refers to the woman as a bitch. Though Sanders has claimed that he only posted the photo to Bad Apple's Twitter because he was upset, it wasn't an isolated incident. On March 2nd, Sanders used Bad Apple's Twitter to post a picture, a tribute to Greg Nash of Unfiltered Brews, of a back of a woman, again at the Stubborn Goat, who appears to be wearing a backless shirt or tube top with the caption, "Naked Girl Drinking Box Cutter IPA." Yeah, and it goes on here. So, what are your thoughts on this one? This sounds a little unfortunate.
Stupid. Should have stayed
Yeah.
out.
I think it's unfortunate. My first thing is, and everyone here probably knows I'm like the least politically correct person there is, but my question is if it was the same thing but it was a guy they posted to and the guy said, hey, this guy's a raging asshole, he ruined my night, would there have still been the same backlash? Probably not.
Exactly.
No, that's true.
Okay.
It wouldn't have been, but at the same time, he's the owner of a brewery, and he shouldn't be posting this personal shit on his brewery's Twitter or Facebook.
Well, yeah, I mean that's poor decision making on his part for sure.
You're using your company's Twitter account. You should be behaving in a professional manner if you're in the business.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do that on your personal account.
if I like brewery's Facebook page just because I want to know about their beer, not about gossip.
Yeah.
Like,
To even go further on Greg's point, though, if he was a woman and he owned Bad Apple and he called that person, let's say that person was a male, he called him an asshole, would it be as big as backlash?
No, that's the thing. I mean, as much as I am for equal rights and all this other stuff, there is a tendency to publicly shame guys who say really inappropriate shit and basically label him a misogynist even when perhaps he was just drunk and flying off the handle a bit, you know.
Well, I think equal rights is great. I mean, you want that for everyone, but then you get situations like this, and I don't always think it's equal, honestly.
No, well, there seems to be a trend lately in media to if any guy has something to say, whether it's something as abhorrent as what he said to her, or even if it's just a small insult, just typical insult that you would say to anyone at any given time in that sort of situation, it gets blown up to the point where you're a raging misogynist who wants to subjugate women and kill them all and make them all part of your harem or some bullshit like that, right? But beside all that shit, I think the base point is don't ever put that shit on your fucking Facebook, on your fucking Twitter. You're running a business. You got to be professional, and it's going to bite you in the ass. I mean, how many brewers have you seen using their and also even their personal Twitter and stuff? They can't do it there really either. I mean, if they're well known on Twitter, they can't be doing it. I mean, if you're head of a business, you can't be doing that shit.
No, absolutely. Joe, remember the example at Winter Solstice? The guy doing the barbecue. Okay? And that guy,
Yeah, he said something about the cops or something getting shot.
Yeah, exactly. And he did it on his personal Twitter, and his business freaking tanked. Everybody pulled out. They dropped him. His barbecue business is basically done. And he was well known too on the area. So.
In the world we live in,
I think a good rule from this, or a good lesson, is don't drink and tweet. That's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I think another rule is that in the world we live in, where you have social media, but you also have a lot of people who are always, PC, man. Everything's PC. Doesn't matter who you are, if you own a business or you're head of a brewer, it doesn't matter who you really are. You're just an average Joe. See what I did there? Anything that you post that could be offensive to almost anyone is probably not the greatest way to go. If you're trying to get a job down the line, you can bring all this stuff back up. You have to watch what you post, period, on the internet nowadays. You just have to. You have to be smart. You can't just fly off the handle. Doesn't matter if you're drunk. Doesn't matter if you were angry. Doesn't matter what you were feeling. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter at all. And lives on forever.
All that matters is basically the public image that is built afterwards of that. Like, just you say something that someone takes the wrong way. Next thing you know, you've got a Tumblr campaign of social justice warriors just attacking you nonstop, and it spreads everywhere like wildfire. So,
and I think, Joe, you started to say something about it being PC. I don't think it has anything to do with maybe the generation being more PC or this time. It's just exposure. So anybody who's sensitive to it, there's just so much exposure that you're gonna have those people like, I'm offended. Now I can respond. I have an outlet to respond via social media because they said, oh, you're right. They have to be very, very careful what they say. You can say all those things that you want to say about a particular person who may frequent your establishment and even go through even use your own site, but you have to craft it so it's so general. You're not talking about anybody in particular. You're just talking about, hey, there's just like there's a new sort of thing that we don't like here, or that's it's a new sort of clientele. We're going to change the rules a little bit just to favor everybody. You just always put a positive spin on it, and you always, if you read between the lines, it's pointing at a couple people, and people who are there know who that is, right?
The avenues have changed too. I mean, the simple fact that if this happened 20 years ago, you could get it in the paper, you could get it on the nightly news or something, but now it's like instantaneous. Like within seconds of something, there's reactions. Then it's all of a sudden it's fucking trending. Oh, it's trending everywhere. Everybody's got an opinion, and it just blossoms from there. So there's way too many avenues to be able to express your opinion because your opinion matters as much or more than the next person.
The question is, will it affect their business at all? Probably not. It's giving them exposure.
I think short term it might hurt them.
I think in his case especially it probably will because he's very small. Like he is essentially a nano brewery. He's brewing out of his barn. I mean, I've met the guy. I've bought stuff at his place. He makes really good beer.
And listen, if you go after women stick together. Even if you don't craft those words very carefully, it will. Like Lee said, you come off as a misogynist, even if you had no intention of doing so, and you will cut a lot of people off.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: like when I met him, he seems like a perfectly nice, normal guy. He does have a reputation of being a sort of an outsider in the craft brew scene here in Nova Scotia. He doesn't quite play ball by some of the rules. Like there was a sort of a craft beer association kind of thing, website deal going on, where everyone was buying into it and stuff, and he didn't want to do that. So he's definitely not, I guess, craft brew establishment in Nova Scotia, if there's such a thing. But this is just the kind of thing that can snowball and really hurt him. So I mean, he's got to watch what he's doing.
I thought this guy was maybe like the size of Garrison or Propeller.
No, not even close. Not even close.
Yeah, the one thing I have to say, I know I'm on the ass end of a situation like that because of what I'm doing now. The people that owned the place before really took it through the slumps because of what they had did and the remarks that they made and so on from there. So I'm up at the point where just trying to even get a local business to come in, do any work, anything that way, it's ridiculously hard. Trying to get business here is really hard just because of how they left it. Even though I'm a different person, the organization's still here. So, I mean, even subtle comments, well, not quite subtle, but, certain comments can go from there. But I do know Jeff Saunders, and he portrays his company's slogan quite well. And it was, what is it? craft brew with a bad attitude, and he tries to portray that outside because he thinks it's a good way to market himself, when I think he's just kind of hindering it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, that could be true as well. Yeah.
because he's basically cut off half of his customer base. You
Yeah.
know?
I mean, craft brew sales for women has definitely exploded in Nova Scotia as well.
Yeah.
Across the board, of course, everywhere else, but here in Nova Scotia we have the Ladies Beer League, which is a big thing now. We're catching on really big momentum, and I mean, you don't want to. I mean, even if this woman was in the wrong, I mean, if this woman really was being a real nasty bitch and she deserved every bit of insult she got back, the way he chose to do it was the wrong way to do it, and that's the bottom line.
Well, the one thing I have to say is, quite honestly,
Or get over it. It's a woman in a bar.
if I was in his position, owned his company, myself, realistically, I would actually issue a public statement and a letter to her, which would be probably on his behalf false apology. And the reason why I'd say it is because his thing is Bad Apple Brew House, Nova Scotia craft beer with attitude. And I would have just came across saying, listen, it was part of a campaign idea. It went terribly wrong. I apologize. I would have left it from there and gone ahead. But, I mean, what I had seen that he's doing, it can be detrimental, especially around here in the valley.
Mm. And I think there's also, like, going back to what we were talking about, how, like, this sort of thing can pile on to a guy where he gets labeled a misogynist or whatever, and then that basically never goes away. No matter what damage control you do, you're always going to have a segment of people now going like, I don't believe him. I think he's just trying to save face, and I think he's a piece of shit, and I'm not going to buy his beer. I mean,
well, with regards to that, with what I just said, I know after all the stuff that happened with him and public feedback and so on, I'm looking to fill about 6 miles of commercial space, and I really wouldn't consider him twice unless I was desperate, just because of the situation like that. Because it would draw negativity towards.
Oh yeah, well, like what you're saying, you're already trying to recover from the negativity that the previous owners of the previous managers of the property garnered. I mean, you don't want anyone with any sort of stink on them at all when you're trying to get someone in. So.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, from the other point of view, the consumer, I wouldn't think twice about going there and buying a whole bunch of his beer. Because at the end of the day, I mean, I know realistically it doesn't, but to me, I know realistically the two things affect each other, but to me, even if he is a misogynist, I don't care. If he makes good beer, I'll happily buy it and try it.
Yep, I agree there too.
What if he makes a 12+% barrel-aged imperial stout that you can get in growler form and then drink an entire night and fall off your bed?
And you can call my mom a bitch, and I'll be okay with it.
They have to get on YouTube and insult everybody there.
Yeah, but you see, Joe, that's a really hypothetical situation that can never happen. Like, what are the odds of that happening, sir?
I would say they're probably slim to Lee.
Nothing dies in the internet, Lee. You know that.
Well, it actually probably could have died if I never brought it up. I was the one who actually brought it up. Everyone else missed it, so...
You were just not present. We're like, oh, where did Lee go? And then next year, you're like, yeah, guys, I kind of fell off my bed after that, and I was out cold. It explains a lot. Considering how much beer you drank, I was surprised that you were alive. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I overdid it a little teeny bit.
I remember.
At least there wasn't any evidence like you snoring on your mic.
Oh, yeah, we've never seen any of that ever.
No, not from anybody.
Nope.
But you know what? Hey, if it tastes good, then you know what? I'm all for it. You know.
Speaking of
it's one thing to do it on a crappy beer, like Genesee Light or whatever.
Yeah.
The one thing I have to bring up is peach schnapps and vodka. I remember
Yeah, we both brought that up, didn't we? Literally.
Yeah, I woke up underneath my bed with cans covered in puked up ketchup chips.
Oh.
But better if they were all dressed.
Y'all drink straight absinthe ever?
No, I can't get it.
What, absinthe, you mean?
Yeah, absinthe.
Yeah, well, we can get the sort of fake version here in Nova Scotia that doesn't have the wormwood in it or whatever, but
Yeah.
not that the wormwood really does anything. That I think most of that's more myth than anything else. I think the fact that absinthe is incredibly high alcohol is the real reason that all these people had these trippy experiences on it, because they were just drinking tons and tons of it and just going out of their fucking minds.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, not my flavor profile for booze, that's for sure. I mean, that licorice taste, I just no thanks, sir.
Tastes like frickin' mouthwash.
Oh no, I like licorice over leather.
Yeah, well, you can just you're stupid. I mean, stupid palate. I mean, you've always had a stupid palate.
Join the club. Speaking of stupid palate, has anyone here ever had a beer that had a Yarlow hops in it?
Had what?
Yarlow. Jarrylo. Yarlow hops. Okay. Because this beer uses them. I had it in one other beer. I was at a fest. I don't remember what the fuck happened because I was like 20 pours in. But it's really weird because I'm drinking this and I'm getting, and this has no Belgian yeast or anything in it. I was starting to get banana and like apple and pear, and I'm like, this is either bad, my palate's incredibly dumb, which it is. I don't think it was that bad. So I go look up the fucking characteristics of Yarlow hops. The first two, banana and pear. Never seen a hop give off banana flavoring whatsoever. I've seen pear.
Weird.
But it's weird because it's like if you gave this to me blind, I would swear there's Belgian yeast.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
This hop has a slight spiciness to it. Banana and pear is what I'm mostly getting. I mean, there's Citra and Hallertau Blanc in it, which is I think is like a hybrid German-American hop. But I've never tasted banana in a hop before. It's almost like an unripened banana flavor, like the inside of the banana rind, not really sweet, more of just like the generic flavor of like a banana.
Maybe they use Belgian urine in the
to grow it. Yeah. So essentially, what you're saying is they've developed a hop that replicates yeast flavors.
Yeah, it says Yarlow shines. A couple places I've looked, and shines with banana, pear, orange, and fruity spice. And I'm really getting banana, pear, and fruity spice. Not really orange, but
because that straight up sounds Belgian triple right there.
Yeah,
that sounds delicious and like
it's really good mixed with the Citra because you're still getting like the dankness from the Citra with a little bit of like citrus there is a little bit of orange and grapefruit, but it's kind of just dialed back because I think the Yarlow's kind of in front of everything. But it's just really weird to get everything from the hop that I'm getting characteristic-wise when I would swear there's some kind of Belgian influence in this if I was drinking it blind.
Yeah.
When did you drink this?
Drinking it right now.
Oh, what brewery?
It's the three local breweries put out this. They did a collaboration with a local beverage center here called Consumers Beverage, just like a chain of places. So they, in collaboration with the AAA affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays, the Buffalo Bisons, their ballpark, they did a series of cans here. It was a 3-pack, $8.99, one from each brewery from downtown Buffalo. It was Community Beer Works, which this is, Big Ditch Brewing Company, and Resurgence. And they all put a beer in the can. The first time all of them have ever canned before. And this is from Community Beer Works, and it's their An IPA. It's just called An IPA, simply.
Nice.
But it has Citra, Yarlow, and Hallertau Blanc. They said restrained malt mingles with gooseberry, tropical fruit, pears, and other bright hop character. Getting tropical fruit, not really gooseberry. Definitely getting the pears. And other bright hop character, banana, I guess. Fuck, that's weird. Yeah,
it's kind of cool, though. I mean, if breweries wanted to do like something close to like a Belgian style, and they didn't really have access to those sort of yeast strains,
or maybe they wanted a yeast strain that didn't impart the other like Belgian characteristics. Like maybe if you didn't want something that was really spicy or something of that nature. It's weird.
gooseberries. I'm surprised breweries aren't using them more in beers.
I
Like a
think it,
sour beer with the gooseberries, there's so many play on word goose names.
yeah, true.
So you could have a gooseberry goza and call it like Guza?
Yeah. Or something retarded like that, yeah.
Because we need more puns when it comes to fucking gozas.
Yeah, I mean, who here has ever had a gooseberry? I'm sure it's
I've never.
because it's one of those.
I actually have.
I'll say, well, I figured you would, Peter.
Yeah, and they're not bad. They're usually small. They're round. They kind of look like translucent watermelon, but I mean like very very small, marble size at that. When you bite into it, you can't really get the seeds, but it has a burst, almost like a grape, but it's very very tart. At the end of it, there's a bit of sweet, but it's a very very tart berry. It's really good. I love it. To eat it on its own, I can't find them anymore. But they're really good.
So what's this again?
Have you ever had a gooseberry? Like in a legit
Gooseberry, not raw, like not like the real thing, just like a juice gooseberry.
I mean, I've had. I mean, I don't like I said from Peter's explanation. That's kind of what I thought was more like, very similar, probably texture-wise to a grape. But then, when the flavor kicks in, you said a little tart, maybe still even a little grape. Like the only thing I've ever had resembling a gooseberry would be a lot of these kiwi hops, the Australian and New Zealand hops, because a lot of them produce the white wine / white grape / gooseberry flavor. And I've had a couple beers that use hops from there that really do give what I would perceive to be a gooseberry character in them. Aside from that, though, I've never had a gooseberry.
I've had once or twice, I think, but can't recall where.
Did you have them at Goose Island, maybe?
Jesus, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Every time I've ever had it, it's sort of been in an extra in something, be it a juice or a beer or a dessert or. So I've never really had an opportunity to really taste it in its own.
So it's like white grape. It's like a filler berry for a juice. Essentially, yeah. Or for a fucking radler like Moose Radler, or that's kind of bullshit where it's mostly fucking white grape.
Interesting.
All right, let's check the old comments here. I don't think we have any, but motherfuckers. No. Great. Does anyone else have any topics they want to bring up? Can be booze, beer related, can be anything else.
You heard about that Danish beer brewed with urine?
Yeah, I heard about it.
That is the extent of your knowledge, thankfully.
The only thing I'm surprised is that it wasn't Rogue doing it.
Or Brewdog.
Or Brewdog, yeah.
You just don't tell anyone.
Brewdog urine.
Urine Rita?
I didn't read on it, but I started thinking. I was wondering if it was using Bill Gates' machine. Remember, turn shit water into water or something like that?
Is that when the carrots weren't in potable water or something?
Yeah.
Running out of ideas.
No,
Next it'll be vomit beer. They'll find some way to process vomit and make a beer out of it.
They made a wine out of that.
They did?
Well, I figure. You remember, what was that stuff? Apple. They made it in churro. Golden Glow.
Oh, Golden Glow, yeah. No, I think
up apples.
Yeah, it was made of vomit and produced vomit very quickly. Yeah, so it's like a whole vomit cycle.
Okay, here's a question for guys who've had some of the really extreme and jumping the shark type brewers like your Rogues and Brewdogs. Not counting the guys who do piss and shit beer or whatever, but of those two, who do you prefer of their general lineup?
Not Rogue.
Like, the Brewdog and Rogue.
Rogue shit's overpriced and underwhelming.
Yeah, I've only had one thing from Rogue, and I've never had anything from Brewdogs, so I can't really comment.
I have this for Rochester Stout, and now I just hate Rogue.
I was going to watch that review. I haven't watched it yet, but yeah.
Oh my god! I had a guy in Quebec who said, "Hey, can you get me some of that?" I'm like, "You really want some?"
It's like $17 a bottle most places.
Yeah.
What's the bottle size? Is it 500, 750? Or?
650.
650. Yeah.
It's a bomber.
It is a bomber, Daddy. Come on, enough there, bro. You know what happened.
It's the same as all the Rogue beers.
Roll put this shit. If Roll put it in the 750s, maybe it'd be like $47. Get that down there, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of Brewdogs, and I've had Rogue, and yeah, they're close.
Awesome. Brewdog, McKellar, and Nogna is one stout.
Oh,
I had.
The Tokyo Black.
Once.
Yeah, Horizon Tokyo Black.
Yeah, I found the one I had was really good. That's better than the McKellar's straight black, that's for sure.
Racist.
Yeah, it was the 3 balance that just came out amazing then.
Yeah, I mean, like if you talk about like a roasty beer, it's just like that's one of those ones like when you're younger and you're first like having your first Guinness, it's like I gotta have a spoon and a fork for this thing, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so thick, it's like a meal in a glass, and now it's like water, basically.
Yeah, exactly. But Horizon Black was like that for me. It's chewy.
Yeah, it's real nice. I think the bottle costs like $16.50, and it's a 250 ml here. Like, a little expensive.
Seems to be you're talking about the gimmicky beers, but like there seems to be a lot of gimmicky, like the fucking Not Your Father's Root Beer. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that. Seems to be more U.S. only. Basically,
Yeah.
it's a fucking beer that tastes exactly 99.9% like a good root beer. It's fucking it. I don't even know how to explain it. Like if you had it, you wouldn't even know you're drinking beer. And everyone goes nuts about it. Like we just got it here like a month ago, and they can't keep it on the shelves, and people buy it by the fucking case. And now there's another brewery that actually makes, I guess, supposedly really good root beer. They've been doing it for like 100 years, and now they're trying to get into the whole root beer game. I can only imagine there's going to be fucking 20 different breweries making all the same kind of root beer because it's just the thing that's in now. I like gimmicky beers are good. I mean, to try once, but it's like they don't typically have staying power.
And they're always way too expensive for what they are.
Yeah, they usually are.
Yeah, gimmicky beers, I think they should always just be like a supplement to your lineup, or like something to, hey, here's a little something special, exciting to throw into our lineup, but, buy the rest of our beers as well, like.
Or just a one-off.
Yeah, like something you sell at the bar, like not even necessarily release in stores, like sell at your brewery or your bar or whatever that you have going on. You come in, you want to get some growlers filled up. Oh, and here's our popcorn beer. Want to try that one out? All right, yeah, sure, why not? Fill up a fucking growler, man. I'll try that one out.
I think that's what.
So Lucky Lager?
Speaking of the different growlers and that, question first: has anybody ever had the Hascat berry?
Oh, what?
Hascap. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was exclusively bred in Nova Scotia. Its way around. I just posted the link for it. Apparently, it's crossed between a honeysuckle and a blueberry.
Oh, that sounds good as fuck.
Yeah, and I know that one of our local brewers actually here in Kentville and Wolfville, it's called Patty's Pub. They sell growlers, and they're actually working on a brew that's based on the Hascat berry.
Wow. That'd be interesting.
Blue honeysuckle, honeyberry, edible honeysuckle, sweet berry honeysuckle. It's apparently so this is a some sort of Japanese berry apparently.
Yep. I can't remember. I knew the name at one point because I did research on it.
Haskapapu.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
The only thing I can say from personal experience from having blueberries in beers, and specifically, everyone fucking seemingly makes a blueberry wheat beer, is you go one of two routes. You go fake blueberry yogurt flavoring, which as soon as you fucking drink it, you're like, yep, that's fake as fuck. Or real blueberries, where the breweries don't put enough in typically, and you get like the lightest, real, like slightly tart blueberry flavor, and you're like, this is great, but it's like it's negligible, the flavor. Like it's kind of there, but like if you handed me this and you didn't tell me there's blueberries in it, like I'd have a difficult time trying to tell you that there's blueberries in it.
Hey, Jort, any thoughts on blueberry beers?
I hate them all except for Kuhn's Blueberry Ice Box.
And
that's why Cascade Brewing from Oregon's Blueberry Ale.
No, I mean,
I've heard good things.
I've heard good things. They're expensive. I mean, they're fucking typically
$30
run anywhere from well, and if you get on the East Coast, it's like fucking 35, 40 if you can find them like in PA or some shit.
Yeah, it's like the bottle at the brewery.
When I was last up at your place there, Pete, we had the Gahan blueberry. Wasn't too bad.
It wasn't. I've tried the Pump House Brewery quite a bit because living near Moncton before, and their blueberry beer's not bad. The problem I find is it comes down same thing as you're saying, with the flavor. Since we live in the valley, the berries actually taste different here than they do anywhere else. I've had blueberries from all over, strawberries from all over, and we have a different because of our fruit belt. They actually taste different.
Oh, so your terroir is different.
Yeah, pretty. But the thing is, and I mean, when it comes to blueberries and then a blueberry beer, the palate's quite eclectic for that. For me, I'm like, yeah, no, it doesn't taste like blueberries. It tastes like freeze-dried shit.
Yeah, they use extract, I'm pretty sure, at Pump House. But tasting a blueberry beer, it doesn't do it for me because I can walk like 5 minutes and be picking blueberries from the forest,
Yes. Yeah. The thing. I was just gonna say the thing is I always become very, very scared when I see a blueberry beer and it's like it's the color of a light lager. Like.
Yeah.
And that's typically what you get. You get either the fake blueberry flavoring that looks like a lager and tastes like fucking blueberry yogurt. You get the real blueberry wheat beers that probably maybe have a slight hint of maybe like a blueberry coloring, ever so slight maybe, but they don't use enough blueberries, so the flavoring's so light. Or you're paying fucking $30 to $40 a bottle with blueberries out the ass, but then you're paying $30 or $40 a bottle to get that. So it's like either you pay a shit ton and get blueberries, or if you try to just within your budget get like a $10 to $12 6-pack of it, then you're probably not gonna like it. So
yeah, like the Abla or Blabia, that brew
from Cotillion.
No,
are you talking about? Are you talking about the evil twin, Justin Blaber?
Yeah.
The blueberry Berliner Weiss.
That's really good.
But again, that's $12. I mean, that's not that bad. It's $12 to $6.50. But yeah, that actually had a decent. I mean, the color. Yeah, I mean, everything about it was. But again, the blueberry flavor wasn't crazy.
Here's what we need. We need like a.
There's a Berliner Weiss here.
The one thing I do have to say is with the Pump House, it's pretty cool how it works, is because what they do is they actually take reverse osmosis water and treat the blueberries in there as they mash it, and then they create it almost like a mini distillery, pumping out just the extract from the berries. So you're right, it is an extract, but it's an on-site extraction process, and then they utilize that water that way. That way it gains its clarity. But it still tastes like freeze-dried berries, irregardless of what Sean does. It just... No, man.
Simple, quick nugget of information that no one will care about. Reverse osmosis water, the only water that Beer Sampling with Dave will drink.
Yeah, well, that's what's preserving him and keeping him alive. 'Cause goddamn crypt keeper.
Fantastic.
But okay, I lost my train of thought. No, fuck it.
Yeah, no, I sent you in a different direction.
You sent me into a dark place, sir.
Oh yeah, all those thoughts. Region.
No, I was gonna say. What we need is like Lindemans to make like a blueberry lambic or something like that. Like that'd be interesting.
Have you had their cassis, the blackcurrant?
Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah, they call it.
Oh hell, fuck Lindermans. Let's get. I wonder if
Leaf
Unibrew's. I wonder if Unibrew's ever done a blueberry beer.
No,
I know
they just do a black currant.
Yeah, the black currant and the apple.
Apple beer's asshole.
You know another berry that really in beers a lot of places have trouble getting the right amount of flavor. And strawberries are tough as well.
Well, yeah, because you want to. There's a tendency to try to sweeten them the fuck up when they're not necessarily a sweet berry. Like there's a little sweet component to them, but they are a tart, earthy berry.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The most I can think, every time somebody says a strawberry beer, all I think was the nasty old Fruity.
Yeah.
I like Fruity.
You rebel.
Now, the strawberry beers, even if you got it right, they not keep well? Because just think about like regular strawberries, right? That you put them on your countertop forever to ripen, ultimately they turn stanky and just get.
Oh yeah. There's all kinds of shit going on those.
Here's Ewart with his fucking kitchen counter. He's got like 80,000 fucking buckets of berries
do I want
just going,
a papaya today, or is it gonna be a dragon fruit, baby? I don't know. I got choices.
Hey, I was gonna say, speaking of blueberry, I ventured out this weekend. We hit a fruit stand, as we do in the county down here. And there's this place that makes homemade jam. And you get their strawberry rhubarb. I ventured out to get the blueberry rhubarb jam this time.
Oh.
It's quite good, actually.
Dude, when I was out on that brewery trip, stopped at a little place like that and got some strawberry rhubarb, man. They did not have blueberry. I would have tried it. Fuck, it actually sounds pretty good.
I've actually made blueberry rhubarb and a few other ones, like blueberry cranberry jam too.
Well, with a strawberry beer, if you would get a strawberry beer, it would still be like basically orange. It wouldn't be red.
Yeah, it's always lighter. It's not. Yeah, it's never.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like you get.
Not much of a color.
Well, if you get like raspberries, right? It's usually pink, not red.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always going to be lighter based on what it. And that was I say, the raspberries are one of the few berries that I think works actually well in beer, regardless of whether or not you like raspberries. 'Cause people are like, oh, I hate raspberries, but raspberry beers actually you can get a lot of flavor. You can get tart, you can get sweet. All depends on what kind of raspberry you're using.
Yeah.
Raspberries versus cherries, though, Joe. Come on. Because you have different kinds of cherries, right? So
Yeah,
cherries
it's
are
just some
infinitely
dark
better.
cherries, baby. Some dark cherries. I don't discriminate.
Oh, I love creeks, man. Creeks are my new thing lately.
Yeah.
Cherry beers.
Or as far as our good buddy Eric Doucette would say, the field berries. Let's put some field berries in there. The nondescript field berries that we don't know, they're just field berries.
Yeah, I got news for Aaron. If he picks some of those field berries, he'll be feeling pretty goddamn bad afterwards.
Or he'll be dead. One of the two, baby. Yeah. I could just Aaron running through the fields. Oh, let me get some of this field berries. Let me smell them a little bit. Oh yeah, they smell like death. Yeah.
We gotta get Aaron back in one of these chats at some point. I mean, when's he gonna just drop this whole family thing and just go back to being single again and forgetting about all that
Aaron has replaced Ewart as the old curmudgeon in our group, I believe.
No,
Aaron's always like,
bullshit.
fuck that, and
That's
fuck
bullshit.
this. Yeah,
No,
this is
no, no,
bullshit. This is stupid. No, you don't think so? You still? I mean, Lee and you are like right there, right there. I don't know who's above who.
No,
Lee hates everything.
He's busy family man. His kids at an age where attention is required. My kids want nothing to do with me at this time. So.
Wow, that's like everybody else.
Oh damn. Damn, that was.
I knew I'd get a golf clap out of that fucker.
That was just really, really mean.
Yeah, well, I learned it from you, Joe. I learned it from you.
It's all right. That's what I do. I don't have a channel.
Well,
I just
Aaron's going to be a featured member on Joe's new panel on his channel. So.
Yeah, that'll be happening sometime in like an alternate universe somewhere.
2017, give or take. Couple years.
In alternate universe where Joe actually has the balls to make a channel and Aaron doesn't have a family. Yeah,
Look at this guy. I've already been reamed out by Matt, and now you're jumping on the bandwagon. It's not happening, bros.
2017, you know, it's like the prequel to like a big series. Like Joe's got the prequel to nothing that ever existed before. It's awesome. It's so revolutionary. Having a prequel to a storyline.
I will start my channel when you brings back his.
Dead silence.
That's right.
No one wants to see that.
You with the Dragon Steamboat, baby, you need to bring it back, baby. You got to. You got to put on those 5-star matches. I mean, 5-star reviews, baby.
I'm just mad that Lou's reviews was a concept before Murray's reviews. It's just like, it's so genius. Like, damn it. That's how I want to do beer reviews. You can do it anonymously with like a, you know, just like, maybe be serious, but be like an old guy off camera, like first person, and just.
You could do it now. I think Lou's reviews has kind of died off, so.
You could replace Dinko with your dog that doesn't shut up.
Yeah. I should come in and say, like, yeah, Lou just died. I'm taking over Lou's reviews. This is Murray's reviews. Hey, kitty. That's my dog barking. Hey, kitty.
Shut up, kitty.
Shit. That'd be funny. I could do that.
Goddamn cat shits as much for a dog. I don't know what's going on here.
I'll do a dog food review just to mix it up a little bit too.
A dog food review?
Yeah.
Are you gonna eat the food?
No, just watch him eat it. His dog food is bigger than his head. It's crazy.
You're doing the YouTube wrong. You have to eat it. That's where you get the subs and the views.
You go, this tastes like King of the Forest. What's going on here?
Yeah, has a nutty flavor. Little bit of espresso in there.
I think it tastes horrible. That tastes like King of the Forest.
I'm getting a hint of regret. I shouldn't have done this. Yeah, you should definitely do that. You'll get a lot of views.
That tastes like 1984. That's terrible.
Murray's going to have the indigestion tonight, boys.
I should go.
Who is that?
I actually might make a movement on the toilet tonight.
Who is the guy the unofficial redneck? The guy you've been liking on Facebook? That's the dude that makes the. Is that the dude that makes the openers?
Yeah, he's gonna make my Whale Slayer bottle openers here.
Yeah, dude, watching his reviews, they're hilarious, but like I don't know, not because they're ridiculous. It's just I don't know. It's just the concept of him, like he just opens, so he's like smoking a cigarette, and he's just like, fuck it, I'll review all this. Is like Hell Farm stuff. Fucking. What the hell? It's like a 2.5-minute video, and these are like all whales, and he just doesn't. And he posts them to Facebook and not YouTube, which is the best part about it.
Jesus Christ, he might as well be posting the fucking MySpace or something, for fuck's sakes.
Pretty much.
GeoCities. This is my GeoCities beer review site, guys.
I think he's smart. Like he created he's like unofficial redneck. Just he's not on YouTube, just his own thing. It's just I like that guy, man. He's cool. So just doesn't give a shit. He really does not give a shit about anything.
He doesn't.
He'll make his bottle openers, and he'll either trade you for cash or beer. And you know he gets obviously a lot of good beer and wants to try stuff. He's in Mississippi, which has a terrible distribution. So he gets a lot of cool stuff. And you know he knows his beer because he's been in the military. He's traveled the world. He's been to Belgium a few times, and all. So he knows his stuff. And just happens to smoke cigarettes and ruins his palate for every beer, but whatever.
Who's this?
His unofficial redneck. I'll send you. Let's see. I'll find his stuff on Facebook and I'll
I seriously, I watched the one video you liked, and I was like, I can't turn away. Like, I gotta go. And I watched every single other video. Granted, all of them are like 2 to 5 minutes long, so he had like, I don't know, over the course of a couple days, I watched them all. It was just funny. He's like, here's Lost and Sip of Sunshine. I'm gonna get on those the rest of the openers I have to make. I got a long list. I gotta get them. And then he just would start drinking the beer, and I'm just like, this guy is just making his openers and just drinking craft beer all day. It's like pretty awesome.
So he only posts his videos to fucking Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's either you follow him or you don't, or you're friends with him already, which I was in advance, or you don't. And see, most of the stuff is like in the morning. Like he gets up. He's like one of those early risers up at like probably 5 o'clock in the morning. He's out there working in the shop, which is outdoors. It's all open. And he's got on. He looks like a redneck. It's pretty cool.
Unofficially.
Unofficial.
That's what we should do, Lee. Facebook page, videos only, budget beer and dollar store dinners.
Well, I'll tell you what. You get a start on that, Pete, and I'll join you later, maybe.
No.
2017. That's a good day.
I love how when I mean basically Google forces you when you do these hangouts, you got to make it public, otherwise only like a certain amount of people see that the hangout's even actually starting. And then you get all these fucking people you don't know, you've never met, you'll never meet in fucking real life, and they respond no to whether they're gonna watch the show. I don't give a fuck if you're gonna watch the show or not, motherfucker. You don't have to respond no. You don't actually have to take the 3 or 4 seconds to click the no button. I mean, just ignore it and go on. You
Mark
prick.
it spam. Mark it as spam.
You fucking prick.
Start your show on Omegle.
Omegle?
See what happens.
Why don't I put it on Snapchat?
Snapchat.
Get Joe showing his dong.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Well, you mentioned Joe showing his dong, and look at who shows up.
Yeah, Matt, that's very reviews like, Joe, where's it at? Oh, I can't see it either.
Hey, no, Matt, what are you drinking?
An awesome beer.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, there's this. Yeah, do you want me to get long-winded with it, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
Sure, why not?
There's this fucking tiny little fucking brewery by us that like literally just started canning shit. They're called Endless Brewing. They just make I've had they had a single regular just IPA, and it was nice, and then I had their double IPA. I was like, whatever. And the guy I know who owns I did like a walkthrough of this beer bar. He went up to their the brewery. It's in the middle of nowhere. He came back. He's like, dude. He's like, you're not gonna guess what I came back with. And I was like, oh, what did they come out with? It's a 15% English barley wine re-fermented with plum puree, Belgian candied sugar, and red wine yeast and Jack Daniel barrels. It's from fucking 2014, and it's aged in a barrel for nine months. So there's this tiny little fucking brewery that did this. It's fucking delicious. It's called Endless Brewing fucking Burning Comet. It's fucking delicious. It shouldn't be this good because I hate them because it's that delicious for them being that small of a brewery that do something like this. It's fucking bizarre. So that's what I'm drinking right now.
How dare you?
It's a 93 garbage. That's how sorry I am right now.
Guys,
And it's already open. It's already open, so I'm good to go.
I just got this
No, but it
beer
was
that like 3 people in the world got, and I'm gonna sit here and tell you how great it is. You'll never fucking drink it.
No, you can totally go to Sabatini's right now and buy a bottle of it. The only problem is the price point's a little bit fucking asshole pucker, and that's
How
about it.
much is it?
Local bomber, $20.
You got us covered though. Like there's what?
But-
7 of us here. You got
It's
us.
nothing compared to Pizza Boy.
Yeah.
And they'll
No.
spit at you as you're buying it too. That's the great thing.
But the amount of shit they put into this, and you can tell, like, you can understand where the price is coming from. So it's like, yeah.
It sounds like
Yeah.
lots of shit happening, baby.
They're basically breaking even at that price.
No, they're making a buck. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
They
they're-
are.
Come on, they're making money there, Jordan, baby. They're in it for the money. They like the beer, but they need the money.
Show me the money.
But it's just a guy and a girl in, like, a shed in, like, a fucking back of the country somewhere. It's really bizarre. It's just like,
That trip I
sounds like
did.
a country song.
That trip I did last week was the exact same thing. There were out of the 10 breweries, like 4 of them were just in the middle of nowhere. Husband, wife. Yeah, we just started this brewery just in the middle of nowhere. We get like 20 people a day coming here. Here's our fucking Goza aged in tequila barrels with lime for 6 months. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? You got 20 people coming to brewery and you're brewing this shit? Let me taste it. Oh, it's fucking amazing. All right, I'll take a growler. I'll see if it lasts. But it's like it's one of those things where there's so many places now that it's like I don't know. Everyone fucking is just starting breweries.
It is getting kind of unreal though. Like you see these breweries pop up now. Like here in Nova Scotia, even usually if a brewery popped up, we make an IPA, we make a red ale or something like that. Now it's like, oh, we're making gozas, we're making sours, we're making this and that, and like, really? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's one of those things where like the old, you come into our bar, here's a pale ale, here's an amber, here's a porter, fucking maybe a lager for the people they're trying to convert, and that's it. Not really. Like those places are getting kind of just lost nowadays because you go into a brewery you've never been, you don't want fucking the same thing you've been drinking for fucking 20 years, like the same styles. You walk into a brewery you haven't had, you want something unique. It doesn't have to be crazy, but it can't just be a regular offering. It's a regular offering. It better be fucking really good. Like, really good. Not like, oh, man, it's kind of like a 7 out of 10 good. No, it better be fucking like 9.5 out of 10. I will take all of it right now and drink it type of, stout or porter or lager or whatever you have. But not many places do that because it's tough to brew great beers of those styles.
Well, plus there's that like old school mentality where it's like, you really like in the industry I'm in or other stuff where it's like you kind of like, walk before you run kind of deal, and it almost seems like not only are people running before they know how to walk, they're running really fucking well. So it's like that thing where you're just like, I hate people for being so talented sometimes, but at the same time,
it was
don't hate them.
Exactly. It was interesting. That trip I went on, like I said, 10 breweries, and you could tell the difference between like where they started and where they want to be. But like it was like you walk in a place that was open for less than a year, and I walk in and they're doing like a Thai pale ale with like cilantro, lime, and this. Then they had a fucking one on cask with running it through toasted coconut. And this place has been open for like 8 months. They already got fucking Teku glasses, so Ewart has a hard on. They just like it was one of those places where you walk in and you're like, you're really less than a year. Yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, here's our double IPA that fucking tastes amazing. Their double IPA at this place tasted like honeydew juice.
Yes.
I've never tasted. I've tasted honeydew in beer before, but like the hints of it, it was honeydew juice, and I was like, how the fuck? Yeah, we use Columbus Amarillo and stuff. And I was like, what? Where's the Columbus? Oh yeah, we dry hopped it 3 times with Columbus. I'm like, that produces honeydew. Everybody else needs to get on fucking board with this because it's amazing. But like you can tell, though, those guys have probably been like homebrewing for a long time, or they had a great business plan, or they have great, head brewers in general. They have good recipes, and they move down to like another place, and they have 15 beers on tap, and you walk in, and it's like, oh man, a jalapeno IPA, and this and that, and then you taste, and you're like, it's all right. I mean, it's okay.
That goes to show, like, the homebrew movement in the last few years, man. Some awesome guys doing stuff. Not everybody, Joe, like you say, hey, there's like a husband and a wife. It's like, I know how to brew. I brew awesome stuff. I win awards at things, and everybody else that tells me I do good stuff, now they can open a brewery. But it's just, now we'll see if the business side.
Yeah.
I was in British Columbia a little while ago, about 2 weeks ago, and visited one brewery. They're barely open a year, and they're already aging like a huge frickin' bock, like a barrel-aged bock. Some sort of, well, it's wine country there, so I think some sort of wine barrel. Bad Tattoo Brewing, if you've heard of them.
I have not. But to be fair, I haven't heard a lot of the West Coast Canadian breweries either, aside from like who makes Driftwood. I know has a lot of.
Driftwood.
I don't want to say hype, but yeah, they're well talked about.
But this brewery is doing like stuff no one does around there. Usually the breweries are doing like a dark ale, maybe, and then a pilsner, a golden ale, downplayed pale ale, and like 3 different pale ales, stuff like that. And they're doing like spice beers. They're doing Berliner Weiss. They're doing tons of stuff out there. It's awesome. Huge double IPA that tasted fantastic. Some like 13 hops. Awesome.
Oh, I wanted to bring up, Matt. The weirdest thing I experienced was when I was checking shit on Untapped when I'm at the fucking Nedlow Brewery, and I check in white heat and like
At the same time we do it.
and I'm like, time the fuck out. And I'm like, number one, this place is literally in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the Finger Lakes, and you can only get shit in growler form. How the fuck are you tasting this? And who, in their right mind, brought home the fucking growler of white heat? It was good. Don't get me wrong, it was good. I liked it. But like, I would have choose like 4 other
19
beers.
other things.
There was like 4. Like I got that like I said, that Goza and Tequila Barrels of Lime. I'm probably going to share it with a lot of people around here because I already had it and it was good, but I was just like, that's crazy.
This is even the funnier fucking part is that this kid George is a super nice kid, but he's so like he's just gotten into beer not too long, like probably like a year ago, but he's so into it. He like literally every 3 days he just travels to a brewery like nonstop all the time. Oh, I gotta go. So that's why I got the fucking sponge candy because he was up there. And then fucking he went to like a bunch of breweries, and he came back, and while he was coming back, he was hitting off places while he was kind of traveling back. And then we cracked that fucking, this is like real weird stuff. He cracked that beer report, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, you probably crossed paths with my friend Joe. He was kind of like bar hopping like across fucking blah, 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 upstate New York. You probably crossed paths at some point. And he's like, yeah, maybe, you know. It was just funny because I assumed you guys were going to the same place because he was doing the same path, you know?
I thought you were fucking with me. I'm like, you're not drinking this fucking beer. This beer is in the middle of fucking farm country. There's nothing within an hour either way of it. I'm like, what's happening? But yeah, then I saw your Instagram. You had also the Upstate beers, the couple in the cans he brought, which they're okay beers, but Upstate, they're all right. But like. Yeah, if you go down the east side of Seneca Lake, which is one of the Finger Lakes, you hit that place, and that Nedlow. No, Nedlow is way up by Rochester. I don't even know. I fucking don't know. There were 30 breweries within the entire path, and I had to pick like 10 of them because I'm like, I can't go to all these fucking places. I just can't. Went to 6 one day, 4 the next, and they all have weird schedules too. Like one's like we're open like 12:30 to 2:30. I'm like Wednesdays and Thursdays, and I'm like, what is? How the fuck? What? Yeah. It was really weird.
It's like in between their shifts at the farm and the fucking steel mill, they come in and make some beer.
They just they hoof it from the fucking farm and just like, all right, pour your shit, and I'm just like, okay. It was an awesome trip though. Like it like the scenery was fantastic, but like in all honesty, all but a couple breweries, the beer was anywhere ranging from like good to excellent, and I didn't expect that. I expected like I said, more of the boring. Just here's our core lineup and here's a seasonal and maybe like a specialty, and a lot of these places were like, no, fuck it, we have like 8 things on tap that are all you might not like it, but it's gonna be fucking a unique experience, something that you probably can't get, or something that they're all using locally sourced ingredients, whether it's from their farm or from a local farm or whatever. It's like, oh, that's cool as shit.
It was a very I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Fucking. It seemed very like farm to brewery kind of area, which is whatever.
Yeah.
But there's one. He kept texting me. He's like, "What do you want?" I was like, "I don't know, dude." I'm like, "Where are you going?" And then what was the one brewery? Just from off the internet, I was like, "Okay, this is the one. If I wanted shit, I wanted it from who? Let's see if I could find it." I don't know. This is entertaining fucking internet radio, isn't it?
There's nobody's here except for Nick, and he looks kind of drunk or confused or a combination of both.
I'm looking at another window.
What are you drinking tonight, Nick?
The abandoned brewery. That looked like the one. That looked like the one that I thought was the best out of the bunch.
You would have loved
because they look Belgian influence. That's exactly what I was fucking.
Belgian Quad is fantastic. One of the probably top 3 beers I had out of the 65, 64, whatever fucking pours I had. I don't even remember. But that was one of the top 3 I remember.
This is what I'm pumping down right now.
Nice.
Nah, drain pour, 93 garbage.
Maybe 94, so maybe not a drain pour. You just pour half of it out. We're talking about the trip.
I'm pouring it this way.
No, he's pouring it. Drain pulling it belly, baby. I like that.
You're talking about Epiphany #1, aren't you?
Down the hatch.
Epiphany #1. Yeah, that's the best Belgian quad in. Where's Black
Ontario?
Oak? Are they technically in Toronto? I don't know where Black Oak is. Etobicoke?
Yeah, I think Etobicoke is where Black Oak is.
No, we were talking about, so basically, Matt, it's like, I've never been to Hill Farmstead, but it's basically, it's a fucking barn abandoned. Like, you walk in, it's a red barn, they have all their the hop farms next to it. I walked in like an hour after it opened, it was fucking packed. They just had released their Berliner Weiss, and they had a Belgian triple IPA. So it was 50-50 Belgian triple and a double IPA or triple IPA. Is really fucking good. Yeah, everything on the fucking board except for their pale ale, I'm pretty sure had Belgian yeast in it. They had Belgian rye, Belgian quad, peppercorn saison, a session saison, the Berliner Weiss. They had like 16 beers and like all but I think the pale ale and maybe one other, all Belgian. Their quad was phenomenal. Like just from a small place like this. Got to meet the owner. He was one of didn't look like the owner. He's like a fucking, I guess he was an engineer, and he just quit his job, went to Belgium for a year, and came back and started the brewery. He's like, fuck it. I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. But he looked one of those guys that just like straight up nerd, just like nerd, not beer nerd, just nerd. And he's
Bill Gates. He was Bill Gates.
Yeah, but he was really cool. He was really nice and like just talking to everybody, and and if I had a channel, I probably would have interviewed him, but I don't, so I didn't. But I was talking to him, and he was just he's telling me about the stuff. But yeah, the Belgian quad was phenomenal. The Berliner Weiss was like sour lemonade, and it was 3%. It was really good. But like everything there, huh? It was close to Wild Child. It was so different though. Your Wild Child wasn't basically sour lemonade. I think this one was a litlittle less Berliner Weiss, a little bit more lemonade. Like it didn't have the exact like Berliner Weiss, like even like the slight funkiness and stuff. It was just like really sour. But like everything they did was great. The prices, like I got a taster, the flight. I think it was $10 for six 5-ounce pours. Someone was telling me at the brewery before, they're like, it's so fucking expensive. I walked in, I'm like, really? Because like $1.50 for fucking 5-ounce pour seems pretty cheap to me.
Yeah, $1.50.
It was whatever, 6 for $10.
That's fucking cheap.
6 for $9, whatever. I was like, wow. And it was really nice. It was a nice location. It's probably one of the better ones. I would say that place and Swiftwater in Rochester. The place that did the toasted coconut Thai pale ale, they did the double IPA that was like honeydew. That place had their shit together. If I do that trip again, I think I'm going to do that trip again and just hit up the breweries I missed. That sounded cool. Those two places will be the places I stop back at because their beer had like resonated with me. Like, hey, they fucking make good beer, regardless of whether I have to drink the same shit. Sign me up because it was awesome. And next time I'll probably get like growlers of that. I didn't get any growlers in the beginning. I brought like 4 growlers with me because I'm like, whatever. And then I'm thinking, well, I brought a cooler. I don't know how I only had room for one, so I got that Goza with the fucking in the tequila barrels because I was like, that seems like people have had double IPAs before, blah blah blah. I'm like, never had a Goza in a tequila barrel with limes. It was like a margarita beer form. It blew my mind. I'm like, holy shit, this is great. Like, why did someone else think about this?
I gotta send you my local place. I went there because I never get off. I never have off on Saturdays. My Breaker. I did their 16-ton IPA. No, 16-ton IPA. Holy shit balls! Like it's like if you took like just as a reference, if you took Chill Wave, but you like probably added a little bit to the malt bill, and then like to the point where there's more honey. Basically, flip-flop juiciness with honey, so it's like there's still that fucking crazy amount of like Pacific Island juicy awesomeness, and then you're just like, okay, I'm drinking honey at the same time. I was like, Joe would like this.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Joe's got a penchant for finding those little small breweries and finding the good stuff. And yeah, when he came to Detroit in the fall, man, he was finding all kinds of gems. I'm taking notes.
the fucking like there was the one place that had like red velvet cake ale, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds the fact that like where the fuck is this at? Like,
and the oatmeal pie, or whatever that one was. Remember that?
The oatmeal pie was probably seriously. You and I had like 37, 38 tasters apiece over 5 hours, and I saw oatmeal cream pie as top 3 out of all those tasters because it tasted exactly like a fucking oatmeal cream pie in liquid form. It was like, oh, where's little Debbie at, baby? Is she back there? Is she brewing this? Because it's great.
Yeah. It's like a brewery that I've never had anything from before, but that's the thing. When you have like, in your case, 10 at your fingertips, you get to try a lot of stuff, or 50 in a festival or something. It's fun.
A lot of people, they don't have the hype, or I mean, a lot of those places are so small, they can't get the word out because, like I said, rolling through these places, I joke 20 people stop at the brewery, but maybe let's say 50 to 100 people over the course of a day. They're open 10 hours. Stop by doing kind of like I was like a like a road trip or whatever. It's like a lot of those people aren't on Untapped or Beer Advocate or Rapier or any kind of forum where they can really express how good it is to anyone else. They might tell their buddy back home like, oh, I went to this brewery, it's great. But I'd be like, all right, well, next time I'm in that area, I'll go pick it up. But they don't get the word out. Like you go to like a lot of these places I went to, like Untapped, like the one fucking place they had like 20 check-ins for each beer over and they've been around for fucking a year. I'm like, really? Come on! Like I know you can't get service out there, but what the fuck?
I know.
People just don't know about it.
Yeah, and it's cool too because, like you said too, there's so many people who they're good brewers, and they're just like, you know what? We live in Nowheresville. We've been home brewing for a while. We've been reading online and learning stuff, and then you have whatever financial backing may be limited depending on their area and depending on when they want to set up. So like, well, we can only be so big, right? So based on that, we're not going to distribute. We're just going to service our community, and you never see them, never hear from them. So it's really cool to see those guys, and if they're having to do stuff, like you said, beyond the ambers and the lagers or whatever the basics, right? If they're doing something unique or they do something just really well, hey man, I can't wait to try them.
Well, one thing that I enjoyed, and you're spot on. Another thing is one thing that I enjoyed from going to a lot of these smaller breweries, and we've all experienced it. They're so nice too. If you give them compliments on the beer, you're just like, there was like 3 or 4 of the breweries where like I was conversing with either like the wife of the owner, the brewer itself, the owner itself, and you're just sitting there talking to them, and like you'd be like, wow, this is really good. They'd be like, oh, I'm so happy. Like, oh, I can't, and I'm just like, Jesus. I'm like, that's so like that's refreshing to see because they can tell they really love what they do. And when they get like compliments and whatnot, they are very accepted towards it. They appreciate it, and it's not like I know everyone says that. Yeah, Untapped 4.45 rating on that. Yep, that fucking fantastic beer. Wow.
Yeah, it's different than like a big brewery like Stone or something like that. You go, yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, I know. They're like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's a good beer. And I'm like,
well, I mean, when you get to that small scale, you got all these people who are busting their ass to produce a product, and they're probably in the red right now. They're probably not going to see the black for years to come, and they're just putting out a really. They're putting basically their blood, sweat, and tears into a product. So I mean, would you not be appreciative as well if you were doing the same thing? If you were in their shoes and someone came and said your beer's really good, because I mean, they probably spend a lot of time crafting their recipe and they're making the product, they're putting it out there, they're putting themselves out there basically. So when you're saying this beer is really good, you're basically saying, yeah, you're really doing something really great here, and you're making a really great product, and your work is worth it. So, I mean, yeah,
exactly.
The coolest experience, I don't know why I haven't mentioned this. I was at that Swiftwater, and I'm sitting there, and I'm talking with just a couple of the servers there or whatever, and that Honeydew IPA was called the Double IPA, brah. That was the name of it. And I'm drinking it, and he's telling me about, like, they had little tasting notes, like, on the thing, like, melon, blah, pine, dank, whatever, right? And it said honeydew on it, and I'm like, and I'm drinking it. It's honeydew juice. And I was like, do you know what hops they're using in this? Because, like, I didn't think they would tell me. I'm like, is there some Belma, El Dorado, some? He's like, hang on, brings back the fucking recipe. and just throws it in front of me. He's like, hey, she's like, yeah, there it is. And like it had when all the additions of the hops are going in, and it was Columbus, Simcoe, and Amarillo, and they dry hopped it 3 times at different times with Columbus and a couple with Amarillo, and I'm like, I was like confused. I'm like, you got the recipe in front of me. Like, what is this? Like, this isn't normal. And he's like, he's like, check it out. Look where this is. I'm like, I just wanted to know about the honeydew, bro. I'm like, what's happening? He's like, yeah, I think that's from the Columbus hops. And I'm like, I guess so. I've had Columbus hops. We've all had beers with Columbus hops in it because it's one of the older hops. But I'm like, I don't know how you're producing honeydew out of this fucking thing. And he showed me exactly how it was. Then the fucking head brewer comes in. And he starts talking to me. Just, hey, man, I see you got you like this, you like that. Sat there talking to him for like 25, 30 minutes. Oh, it was late to the next place because I'm chatting with him. But it was like, kind of blew my mind that they just threw a fucking recipe of the beer that I'm drinking in front of me and was like, hey, check this out and this out. And I'm just like, wow, I'd never seen that before. It's pretty fucking
fantastic. When I was at Bad Tattoo, I asked, what hops are you using and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, yeah, give her shit. But it's the bigger companies I find are way more secretive of their stuff.
Until they stop brewing it like Stone. Like, here's our old pale ale recipe. It's dead now, but here you go.
Here's one we don't give a shit anymore. Here you go, home brewers. You can make it now because we're not making it anymore. Fuck you.
Yeah. Pretty much. I don't know. I like Stone, but they seem almost a little too cocky right now.
They've always been kind of cocky, though.
Yeah, it's funny you guys were talking about. Well, you were mentioned it, and we'll just bring this up because you were fucking hate Stone, which is great. But
I have no idea how Ewart feels about Stone. Honestly, I mean, he's always been kind of neutral about them. And
is that Stone Cold Ewart Austin over there, baby? You giving up flipping the bird, baby? The thing about Stone, you talked about gimmicky beers, right? And Rogue, we talked about Rogue and BrewDog and stuff, and I think. To mention Rogue again, I think why people hate Rogue now is the fact that they started out with like a couple gimmick beers, which was like the maple bacon and things of that nature, and then they were doing things like, oh guys, here's the beard beer. We're gonna tell you, and then they just got worse.
Yeah, it almost sounded like you think Dogfish Head's going fucking weird. Here we go, boys. We're gonna up the weird right now. We're gonna fucking show Dogfish Head where it's at.
Yeah, but they kind of invented weird. Like
it's
kind of made it.
They did, but they can but Dogfish Heads can still make good weird shit, and a lot of it's older. Like it's not like just gimmicky to be gimmick. Like Sam C, he's my boy, right? My boy. No, but yeah, Sam C, baby. He's one of those guys that like you can tell he's super passionate. He loves like the old, like he wants to find those older recipes, and he likes to brew different shit. Whether it's good or not, he at least puts the effort in. You can tell he likes it. Rogue is just like, hey, we're gonna do this. We're gonna hook up with this fucking donut place and do like 85 different donut beers and just use extract out the yin yang and see what happens.
I hate to say it, but Sam is their logo, their slogan is off-center, not completely outside the box like Rogue is like jumping the shark stuff. It's just like it's a little off. It's still beer, and it just is maybe is flirting with the lines of
Rogue. Rogue should just change their name to Exploitation Ales. Like they're just doing whatever they can to sell a frickin' 5% bomber for $20.
But Rogue should change their name to Olive Garden because they're fucking Olive Garden.
Yeah,
they are because there's so many people who are like, dude, fucking Olive Garden is fucking fantastic. Have you had the breadsticks? Be like, yes, I've had the fucking breadsticks.
Oh my god!
Just fucking go away.
Italian restaurant.
I'd like that heated frozen pasta too, baby. It's fantastic.
That's awesome. If they did like an Italian taco or something like that, then it'd be like.
Well, I did the Italian taco once, and she didn't like it. So then she never called me back.
Taco sounds dirty.
But the point I was gonna, Jesus Christ, the point I was gonna make earlier with Stone though is they're kind of doing that with these new collabs. Like the unknown, where they're like, oh hey guys, here's a triple, here's an IPA, here's a tequila barrel, here's this, here's that. Let's just see what happens. But they keep on doing it.
I'm not buying this. To me, this is like, it's so placating to the egos of the beer geeks. Like, I can brew better beer than anybody, so we're gonna collaborate with home brewers and we're with you guys.
Wesley Crusher?
Yeah, Wesley Crusher, big home brewer, Wesley Crusher.
I ain't buying it. I'll just say though, I do want to say Rogue Yellow Snow IPA. I thought it was fantastic, and I just think it's like it's sort of masked by all the other.
Well, that's
crap.
the thing. Rogue does have some good base beers, but I think a lot of people have issues with the price you pay for. Because a lot of their shit, even their base stuff, is fucking crazy expensive. When you're, and a lot of times to the Pacific Northwest and California, they're right next to Lagunitas, and you always look at it like, oh, that's a fucking bomber of Lagunitas sucks for $4? Oh, what's this? The Yellow Snow's $9? What the? I'm gonna grab 2 of these. Like the price. While a lot of us don't care about price, you know, Matt and you were even Jordan to a certain extent, we talk about whatever a little bit. But the simple fact of the matter is like you look at Rogue's base shit, a lot of stuff, you're like, that's kind of expensive. And then when you get to these gimmicky beers, they're fucking crazy expensive. And it's like if they were regularly priced like Stone or other places, I'd probably try more of their stuff, even the gimmicky.
No, not the Sriracha, man.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't buy. I don't think I'd buy that or the series of the fucking dope.
I wanna kick myself in my fucking ass because I always fucking buy it like a fucking asshole. Like I should fucking kick my own ass. So like seriously, half the time. So I'm like, oh, maybe this time, and then it'd just be like that episode you watch. What is it? Fucking Vegas Vacation, where he's like, just give me the fucking $100, I'll kick you in the balls, and you go home. You know what I mean? Just be like, I'll just do that. Just fucking here. The bottle costs $10. I'll give you 4. You kick me in the fucking nuts, and then I go home.
Your name is now Master Papa Giorgio, baby. That is you.
Yeah. I am from Yuma, Arizona.
I think you will appreciate this because I kind of got a rant going. Now I like Stone a lot, but they have one beer out that pisses me right off. It's their hi-fi, lo-fi, new-fi, whatever it's called. And it's like aged in bourbon barrels and then a different bourbon barrel, but mix like 20% of this bourbon barrel back into this one. Then they're age it again in something else and back and forth and like that. And I'm like, who gives a shit?
See, that's the thing, though. I give a shit about that because if you take people like Firestone Walker, where they have like people that actually sit down and like figure out blending. Blending is a fucking cool fucking thing. Mm-hmm. But Stone to me is like, hey, look at Firestone Walker. I'm just gonna let's just throw this shit around for a bit and throw it in a bottle. It's gonna be awesome. Like like that. It doesn't work like that. You have to have actually scientists that fucking figure shit out.
Their over-the-top beers aren't that good either. It's they're just base beers where they're not doing bullshit constantly. It's good, but it's like, oh, all this weird bullshit adding 50 different kinds of tea to a fucking beer. Why?
Listen, the last year and a half, the whole collab series, they've had a couple hits, but most of them have been misses or just ass because they're trying to collab with everyone and they're trying to do unique shit, and it gets to the point where it's like you're trying too hard at some point.
And that's the thing with Stone, like the best beer they put out over the past year and a half has been the fucking Shokaveza. That was my favorite out of the fucking bunch. And fucking and then after that, like literally my favorite Stone beers are like 10-year-old fucking whatevers. You know what I mean? Because they up until
beer, baby.
No, because up until about like 4 or 5 years ago, I think Stone overhopped everything. Like their quadrilateral, whatever the fuck it was, they made a quad and they decided to fucking add 100 IBUs to a quad. Be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Matt, have you tried the Fyodor's Classic?
Nope.
Yeah, you did though, baby. You did, didn't you, Jordan? Rub it in, baby. Rub it in.
No, but I'm just asking. Did you try that?
No.
Ah, shit. Yeah, that one was real good, but...
See, he's rubbing it in, baby. You try that? No? Then you are dumb. I have a bottle that I'll have to bring it. Paul's been trying to get me to open it, and I'm like, Paul, you're not going to drink any of it. Like, I'll drink it in front of you.
I'm trying to think of whales that I've had recently. Has anybody had food? Has anybody had
If anybody had like a, any of the Cantaloons from like 1994?
It's Cotillion, by the way. It's not Cantaloon.
No, it's Canyaloon.
Canyaloon, baby? I don't know. I can't because I can't find them anywhere. Yeah.
Castlevania is what it is. Castlevania Brewery.
Okay.
That is made with Dracula's blood.
That's right. Just want to quick shout out to Jason Spears, who was watching. He made a comment like 20 minutes ago saying he is drinking a bottle of this, the Gahan 1772 IPA.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
my-
Jason.
My dad's
We didn't
got
even know
a
we had
bottle
viewers.
of
Your dad has a bottle of that?
that. Yeah,
How did you get it out there?
What?
How did you get it out? How did he get it out there?
We went to a specialty shop and he saw it there. He visited the brew house in PEI and just loves
yeah.
the place.
Nice.
If I have to throw a bone, I will say I do enjoy the Enjoy by series. Very much.
Yeah.
I enjoy a lot of their beers, but I mean, I can see where the hate for Greg Cook comes in. There is no doubt. There are a lot of owners that are like that now at this point.
I like their
No. He takes the cake. He is by far the most pompous asshole. there is in the
Listen.
industry.
I know you have a black heart right now. It's like it's really black, and you hate everything. But listen here, you with the Dragon Steamboat. You can't hate a man that much because they're trying to get a German fucking brewery, baby, and he's using the what you call it to
Did
get
you
it.
see the fucking shit that he pulled when he was in Berlin recently?
Yeah, you did. You already ranted about this, baby, in another hangout. You were very upset about it.
Standing on a keg doing brothers and sisters. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I'll say this. I wouldn't have felt bad if he had tackled Ryan Rashawn and he had like broken a rib on one of Ryan's massive bony elbows or something like that. I wouldn't have felt bad about that. Let's just put it that way.
I like the fact that he put in that whole.
brewery.
Oh wow, look at that. Look at this guy.
Jeez, he's just throwing them around tonight. Fuck.
Yeah, let's bring in something that no one else here can get. Well, maybe Matt. Maybe
Wait,
Joe, maybe me.
what's that?
I had
Darkness?
to track this one down for a while out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as sour stouts goes, I mean, it's not a style I'm a big fan of, but it's probably one of the best ones going.
The
I
stout
like-
is hardly recognizable in this one. It's more just a sour.
Sour and the Rye was really good. I enjoyed that. That was very good.
The oud tart is amazing in my opinion.
Yeah, me too. I agree with that.
I
love
haven't
that
had
beer.
that.
Actually, sour and rye, oud tart. I prefer oud tart darkness, but as far as sour, it's a sour stout. It's an Arkwood style.
This cunt, man.
Oh,
And
so-
we had that at,
bourbon barrel wood, smoking wood. That's delicious.
We had that at Rhinos. Paul
Yeah.
did that. And it was,
Yeah,
and
that
I don't
was-
remember anything, but I gave it a really good rating, and so did everyone else. Paul's like, here comes the 800th video. I'm like, good, because I just want to remember what I was drinking.
I gave that one 9.75 out of 10, I think, something like that. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
the smoking one's really good.
I like the fact that the smoke was subtle. I mean, it was there, but it wasn't like a Rausch
Yeah.
beer or something.
Because I was thinking it'd be like the super smoky, like, might as well just be having a cigarette.
Yeah, it's like it was somewhere between like, do I want to be like a crazy wee heavy, or do I want to be a fucking like a Roch beer? Do you know what I mean?
You know what it reminded me of? I don't know if you had Matt, Smoke and Dagger from Jack's Abbey.
Yes, I
Rausch-
have.
The Rausch beer, Schwarzbier mix where you get the little bit of the smokiness from the Rausch beer, but then the Schwarzbier sweetness and like the more roasted malt and chocolate stuff comes to the forefront.
And just so you guys know, I am drinking a collaboration between Pizza Boy, fucking Trogs, and Appalachian Brewing right now. Thank you very much.
And it's
Called
called
717. This cost me my left testicle and my firstborn child. But no, actually it was cheap because it was a collaboration. So
I like how the zip code is 716 here, so you guys are just one digit better, or were at some point back in the day.
But I actually have some fucking interesting beer news shit if you guys want to talk about it.
Yes, definitely. Go
Lee
ahead.
wants it done now, right now.
I never actually heard of this business model before because you see all these breweries like I think what is it, Oscar Blue like opened a brewery in North Carolina. I think they're expanding already. Like they opened in fucking whatever. They opened 2 years ago and are already expanding their brewery.
And they just bought a brewery in Michigan that already existed.
Yeah, so they're like they're like all these breweries are like expanding like crazy, opening new breweries, expanding. They're fucking the one I do this other fucking show thing on Sundays, and we're talking to fucking Two Roads Brewing, They're out of the Northeast. Actually, I'm spacing on where the fuck they're from. But the one fucking the founder's like, yeah, he's like, yeah, we're talking about expanding, like whether they would expand or what are they gonna do in Connecticut they're from. And what they did was instead of like opening a brewery and then expanding, they built a brewery way too fucking big than they could possibly handle, and just have been contract brewing out of it. So they're brewing their own beer and then constantly contract brewing, and they're expanding within their own brewery, which I thought was a really cool fucking business model. You know what I mean? Like they're like sitting there like actually making as much beer as they can, and then as the bigger they get, they just cut off a little contract, not contract brewing outside, they're contract brewing inside. Like they're taking on companies that want to brew beer inside their brewery.
Yeah.
So while they grow bigger, they can eliminate some of the contract brewers that are inside their brewery and continue to grow bigger and bigger.
Doesn't Evil Twin brew there?
I'm not sure.
You said Two Roads, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where they. Them and Stillwater actually brew there, but I was pretty sure.
I know it's Stillwater, definitely.
You get if you get a lot of Westbrook products now, and you look, it says wherever Connecticut. I forgot exactly where they are in Connecticut, but yeah. And Paul just did fucking Soft DK, and he's like, he did the review. He's looking at it, he's like, oh, I just didn't know if Evil Twin got their own brewery, but now I see the brewery in Connecticut, so I guess so. I'm like, Paul, God, come on, man. You know that he the Gypsy Brewer doesn't have his own shit yet. I think he's gonna actually. Jeffy's gonna do it in, I think it's Brooklyn or somewhere in New York.
Well, he already has his bar there.
Yeah, I think he's actually gonna get an actual.
Was it Torst or something? Is what it's called. He has like his own bottle shop and bar and shit like that. But,
and his brother's on the West Coast in San Francisco. It's really awesome.
But I think it's like really weird that they actually like. Do you guys know of any other place that's done like that? Like actually done opposite, like where they made such a huge brewery to where they can keep who?
It's not, but they're not well known. Custom Brew Crafters.
Did you just put they're not well known, so you just did the total like whale thing, but opposite? Like, I know this brewery, but they're not well known. I'm going to tell you about them right now. Hold on.
Opposite of whale, they're not well known.
Keep your panties on. Well, the opposite of whale is the most whale thing to ever say ever.
No, they make shit
beer. You guys don't know.
You don't want to drink their regular beer. It's not good, David. It really is not good. No, they're in like South Rochester, New York. It's called Custom Brew Crafters, and they do a lot of they didn't make a lot of beer to begin with. They only had like a couple staples, but they've taken on like it has to be 4 or 5 different contracts for places all around Western New York. Like there's a couple small bars, but there's a couple big breweries that actually are getting distribution, and they kind of do the same thing. It's a huge brewery, and they have like I think 4 or 5 contract brews, and they brew more shit there for other people than they do for their own lineup by far.
But that was my point. Maybe I should have illustrated it. And I've had Two Roads beers before, and they're good beer. Mm-hmm. But it was like the fact that they actually thought about it, because they're only 4 years old, I think, maybe 3 years old. So they actually had like that business model as opposed to building a huge brewery and then running out of it, like going so big. And then, you know what I mean, having the secondary business to kind of keep them afloat, whether shit goes good or bad. I don't know. I thought it was an interesting fucking thing.
I'm sure there's probably a few more at the very least across the U.S. that we probably just don't know about because they're not anywhere close to us. Like that's a Northeastern brewery. You talk to the actual owner and things of that nature. There are probably quite a few like on the West Coast and Midwest. It's a good way to go about it, and it really works for a lot of the smaller breweries that can't get their own brewery and they want to be able to get their stuff in packaging and actually be able to distribute it. But if you look at the Evil Twin and the McKellers, if they weren't able to work with other breweries, then they'd be shit out of luck. Plain and simple. And they make some good shit.
I was just talking to Paul on Facebook. He can't join in because he apparently crashed his truck tonight.
Oh, again?
Yeah, didn't we do that last week?
Yeah, he's okay apparently, so that's good. But
hey, Lee, how is that Coast to Coastless?
Did you not watch the review?
I think I did, but I was drunk.
He said you don't even watch his content.
I gave it a 4 out of 5. It was quite excellent, actually. Now I can't speak. Now I can't speak for the one you might be able to find in your province because, like I said, all the breweries they agreed on a recipe, but they're all brewing it in their separate breweries and distributing it. So who knows what the fuck the one in BC tastes like compared to the one in Nova Scotia, right?
I just had a wicked idea. What we should do is everyone from different parts get a bottle of this stuff, bring it over to Albino Rhino Beer Fest weekend, try them all out, compare them.
That'd be a good idea. Yeah.
I'd imagine it's like dirt, right?
I was thinking it would be interesting to see how they taste in different provinces because apparently it's available in all 10 provinces, four different breweries. So
different water.
Different water.
Phillips did mine, right, in BC?
Probably.
Yeah, they're an excellent brewery.
Yeah, it was Phillips. It was Flying Monkey. It was True to Diable and Garrison. Yep.
That's a cool thing.
I mean, it's an exciting style on Imperial ESB. It's right in my alley.
I've never handfuls of dirt. Or so herbaceous and earthy, baby.
I will say, it could last. I mean,
I did like you shouted me out for that. I do appreciate that.
Once I heard Imperial ESB, I was like, either this is going to be way too good or a complete shit show.
Well, I thought you might get a substantial sweetness, like because they're bumping up the malt bill so much. I didn't know if they'd be able to actually control it. You know what I mean? Like have that offsetting bitterness that you get, the earthiness, the floral herbaceousness.
I mean, I love my ESBs at 4% and really malty, anyways. So like an Imperial ESB is like 5%, just like pure. Like I need a knife for this fucking beer. I love it.
And what was it? 7%? It's like you're cutting a piece of cake, like caramel cake.
7.6%. It was close to a barley wine, but it didn't quite touch it. And the mouthfeel was lower medium body, so it was not like cutting into a cake. Yeah, it was.
I don't know. It's like ESB. That's bullshit.
Well,
no.
It's like a hoppy black pudding at that point, like a really noble hopped black pudding.
A bread pudding, if you will. No, I don't.
They somehow managed to keep most of the characteristics of an ESB, but pump it up to 7.6% and not fuck it up. So I was pretty impressed with that.
At 7.6%, it is basically right from an ESB to a barley wine right in the middle, eh?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I said in the review. It's like pretty much like an introduction to a barley wine because it didn't quite touch barley wine because it didn't have those sort of typical barley wine flavors, but it was very close, like very, very close.
Awesome.
What did you pay for a bottle? I'm curious.
It was 4, maybe 5, something at the most. I think it was
a bomber, right?
Yeah, it was a bomber. It was $6.50, I guess it was. Not a bad price. Pretty good price.
That was like 70 cents American. No, that's actually quite cheap considering the fucking price you guys pay in general. I thought like a collaboration beer like that, especially since it had like the Flying Monkeys like kind of artwork around like the label looked like. I was like just like because they threw extra words on there, they're gonna charge you like 1 cent per word, you know. So that's I think with Flying Monkeys like that.
They might. You never know. The price might differ depending on what province you get it in, of course. But
yeah, that's crazy. That's cool though. I can't. Can you guys think of? There has to be a beer done like that in the U.S. where at least 2 or 3 breweries. Stone, the Saison du Boeuf, right? That was Stone, Trogs, and who the fuck else was
Dogfish.
That? Oh, Dogfish, Victory, and Stone. That's what it was. Yeah, they did the same thing. They all brewed a Saison in different areas, and I'm sure they all had different characters. Because the water, that's just the water, nothing else. No talent of how well they can brew, just the water. Fuck's sakes. Is that going to be like a series? Do you know, Lee, or is that just
I don't. I think it was just like a one-off, like celebration of craft beer growing in Canada across the country. I guess I think. So
It's a celebration, bitches. Yeah, that's I think you're gonna see a lot. I mean, I've mentioned the whole Stone thing with the collabs, but I think collabs are like the thing now. Like everyone wants to do. Oh, this guy, you know, they brew this and we brew this, and let's get together and brew a beer. You guys having a nice little chat by yourself, baby?
Oh yeah.
Okay, why are you guys talking about Billy Idol in the chat box? Why is this happening?
what? White wedding? What?
Right.
Rebel yell.
Yeah.
It's a nice day for a
With
white.
the rebel yell, you want more.
No, because Jordan thought I was like from Tennessee or something because of my accent. So.
With the rebel, yeah.
And I said no. I'm a Canadian fucking Roy.
Your accent? What fucking accent? He's the most neutral. He's the most neutral person I've ever met.
I know. Well, I don't know why he thought I was from Tennessee, so I just said, well, it must be my accent.
Tennessee. No.
Yeah, I had no accent. I'm a chameleon of like all the bad shit in
I'd have pegged
America.
you just for being New York City because you're kind of a dick.
Oh, fuck you.
I love you, baby, but not from Tennessee. I don't see that. That would have been a great.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
Hey y'all, I'm going to Coonan's today. I don't think so. Can't fit it.
I'm going to Coonan's today, brother.
Maybe Kentucky. I like Kentucky, and I go down there quite often. So.
Hey guys, let's go see what's in the fridge today.
Yeah, that's the thing with the phrase today. Greg, I really wish you'd review that Stone Bastard. Fuck you! I'll review whatever the fuck I want on my fridge.
Yeah, I see all these people saying review this and that from the fridge. I'll review whatever I want. It's like, time out, Greg. Time out, buddy.
I mean,
Don't be so hateful.
I realize 90% of your subscribers aren't real people, Greg, but that's awesome. But still, you should probably listen to the few people you actually do who are real subscribers and comment on your shit.
Cheers.
You fucking fat ass fucking.
All right,
you fucking hillbilly fucking biker pseudo piece of shit motherfucker. Go make another
channel.
Go make another fucking cabinet and shut your fucking face and do what your fucking viewers want you to do. You idiot.
Right to John Henry Tunnel driving man today.
Yeah, steel driving man. Get a steel driving man out of your fucking ass, you fucking piece of shit.
This isn't a joke. I don't think you're sub-tomb anymore, but this is not a joke. This actually happened. Joe D reviewed Newcastle Brown Ale on the 4th of July.
I want to subscribe and say thank you for your service.
They sent him a beer mail, like I think it was either the 2nd or 3rd, and they're like it's supposed to be for like the pre-eve of Independence Day that they want him to review it or whatever, and like he's like, oh, I couldn't get to it, so I'm doing it here on the 4th of July, and I got a party to go to, and I'm gonna be late, and blah blah blah. And I think Chris from Beer Nation replied to you is like, you're actually reviewing this on the 4th of July. Is this a joke, or do you know something that we don't? And I was just like, wow.
Speaking of Chris from Beer Geek Nation, he just reviewed Sapporo. And I'm like, why would you review Sapporo if you got like 50-50 Eclipse and brewery and shit right beside you, you know?
Everybody needs to know.
Gotta do it all, baby. You can't just do one.
Well, I think the point is reviewing the beer of your oppressors that you rebelled against.
Yeah, but he gave it a good score too.
Yeah.
I think the thing that I won't say bothers me because I don't really care, but in general, I don't see the point in a lot of macro beers just because, like, 95% of people who are gonna watch that review, or 98%, have already had that beer plenty of time. Like, you reviewing a Budweiser, you're not telling anybody something different or new. The tasting notes are going to be kind of similar to every other fucking person in this universe
Well,
when it comes to those.
With Budweiser reviews, it's either going to be craft beer drinkers saying, oh, Budweiser sucks, I can't stand this, or it's going to be Budweiser drinkers saying, like, FKU, you know?
Well, Joe, that is why you examine it instead of review it, baby.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I think Jay should be the only guy allowed to review macros on YouTube. Like, you stay over there, Jay. You review all the macros. You have all the guys that come and go, I love it too, Jay. Everything's great about it. And then you have the craft beer guys over here going, my fucking urine. Forget the fact that I don't want to know how they know what urine tastes like, but they will say stuff like that, and then you have the same guys come over going,
Joe, you've never spent 9 hours in a foxhole with another fucking brother? Come on now. Oh, wait, is it the 4th of July? Am I allowed to say that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That urine was very juicy, baby. Juicy urine. A little hint of coconut in there.
I'm pretty sure Joe D already reviewed fucking that beer years ago. Because he got a package from Newcastle years ago. He got like their keg and like all their specialty
He
ones.
didn't review it. He drank the keg with Mark Sanderson on like one of the live shows they had, like the Share beer, and they just drank the like I don't know, not the entire keg, but they basically drank on it. It was crazy too because in the Beer Mail video, he fucking got a glass from him, but it was the craziest shit ever because he's talking, he's like because now he didn't say I think he lives now in like a fucking hotel or whatever. He's temporarily living in a hotel, and he's like, I don't have any good glass. Or he's like, I've always wanted to get one of those Newcastle brown glasses. I think they're awesome. And then all of a sudden, you just hear dead silence, and he just goes, and he brings it in the screen and goes, they sent me a Newcastle glass. He's like flipping out, doing the bing, bing, bings and shit. And I'm like, dude, it's a glass. It's a Newcastle glass. Walk down to your fucking local bottle shop and pay $4 for it. And he's flipping out because they sent it to him. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then, of course, he drank it out of the Newcastle glass. And then, of course, people responded to him how like you would if you drank Budweiser in England. They're like, how do you like this? The one guy had 13 comments in response like, this guy's never drank good beer in his life. He thinks Newcastle's the best beer ever. Oh, my God, he's got it. Like, each fucking response with a sentence. Like, he just didn't understand that you could just write one response. And they all had one thumb up too. All 13 of his responses had one thumb up. Like it was like probably Joe D going, yeah, you're right.
Bing.
Yeah, I like the thumbs. I give 2 of them all the time. Yeah, he gets a lot. Yeah, didn't Fuller send a lot of beer tubers like a couple months ago? Some of the vintage ale. I think DJ got it.
Fucking send me some, motherfuckers.
You are retired, bro. You're
I wasn't retired then.
Well, maybe they knew something that we didn't back then. Who knows?
They knew they were a bunch of fucking assholes. That's what they knew.
I don't think any Canadian people got it because they didn't matter.
Fuck you, Fullers, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'll still drink your beer. I don't care if you're racist.
Hey, you didn't get one. Rhino didn't get one. Nick didn't get one.
Well, Rhino shouldn't get one.
I agree with this.
He's albino. He's a different race. He doesn't deserve one.
Okay, Jay.
Right. I'm not discriminating. I'm just saying.
It's heritage, not hate, baby.
Right. It's my cultural heritage.
See, Lee, that's what racists say. They say, I'm not discriminating. I'm just telling the truth.
That sounds like a socialist, liberal faggot description of the situation.
Wait. What's wrong with socialism? It's great on paper.
You shut up, you cunt.
I'm not just saying you're a low order.
So is dead people's blood.
Why don't you French kiss Putin right now, dude?
Well, where's the Emil at? We need that crazy Russian. Where's Emil and Todd?
All this
Socialism and communism is a very big difference, man. Come on.
And I think it's part of the gay agenda.
It is. That's right.
Hey, man. Love wins. Once said.
Yeah.
All the gays
want
to be putting in things where they shouldn't be putting in.
Better watch yourself on the social media aspect. You're gonna
I don't give a fuck.
Get trouble, Lee.
Yeah.
No one's gonna come to my brewery now. I'm a socialist.
Daniel Harper is no longer gonna do the podcast with you. Better watch it.
Hey, speaking of podcasts, Lee, I want to see an extreme torture, horror, whatever.
You say torture?
Torture horror? I have like 5 of those. They drank a better 2 years ago, but they're still okay. Got a lot of oxidation in those torture horrors.
Just so you know, Jord, after our conversation on Facebook about Serbian film and stuff like that, I was talking to Daniel that very night about it, and he was up for it. So we're going to be going into some very disturbing fucking films in the next couple of weeks.
So it's gonna be. I didn't watch any of these things, and I'm horrified by reading just the plot. It's just like, oh my god, no. I'm
thinking we're gonna be doing a Serbian film, and we're also probably gonna be doing Martyrs from France, which
is that legal?
What are you gonna kick off the adult portion of the program?
Just do Sailor.
Will you get $5 footlongs for that viewing? Is that too soon?
Yeah,
I don't get the reference.
No, that's a topical reference of as like the last 2 or 3 days. Jared questioned for child porn or whatever.
Subs weren't the only thing he was eating.
He's not technically in trouble yet, though, right? Like it was.
No, he hasn't been arrested. He's basically been.
Or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And they had a business together, and they're sharing networks. So
exactly, he probably has nothing to do with it. So there's nothing wrong with him. But he'll get fucking lambasted.
Oh yeah.
You have a friend who likes it. Like I didn't know the friend was a fucking complete weirdo. Like I had no idea that happened.
And
what it should be more lambasted for is the fact that he's fat. So it's like this is not Jared. I seen pictures like him getting like when they went into investigate, like, wait a second, that's Jared? This is bullshit.
Did you guys hear the story that came out about him about porn? Did you guys read that?
Yeah.
That was today.
Yeah, the child porn thing. Yeah, I mean.
No. What he used to do apparently.
Oh really?
When he was fat.
I feel like the Onions. I feel like I'm in an Onion article right now. This is what it feels like to be in the Onion.
Are you saying Jared used to be Chubby Chase in porn? Is it?
What? No, nothing.
Was he a big, beautiful white man? Is that what you're saying? Big, beautiful white male? No.
Never said anything.
Hashtag BBW.
Goddamn. This is just taking a real disturbing. Maybe even just more disturbing than the Serbian film at this point. I don't know.
Well, no.
What was that again? The Serbian stuff. Of course, it's Serbian, so it's going to be messed up.
Yeah, it's.
All right. Time out. Just because it's callback, let's be very careful about that terminology.
Speaking of pedophiles, mustache.
Let's put it this way: if you're going to classify, imagine Herbie. You ever seen Herbie the Love Bug?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, imagine if Herbie the Love Bug, if Herbie the car was a pornographer, and the prize was his family. That's the movie.
Oh.
Yep.
Is that summing up properly?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good. That's a pretty apt summarization, actually. Yeah.
So I don't like the title of that movie. It's just they happen to say that's more of a for shock because the filmmaker wanted to say this is how our culture has been treated for like the last 100 years. It's like it's this movie because it's so grotesque and everything else. So the fact that they call it political, to anybody compared to anything related to any civic war is bullshit, and I will fucking stab you through the computer right now.
All right, I'm gonna take this to a much lighter note. Let's go back to Jared. So this story came out in 2007, and they've been bringing it up lately. But it says here's the article. It says you've come to know.
You're bringing up an old article, and I'm not here.
Oh well, just don't. This is for you. You are here.
Parallel this.
You've come to know and love him as Jared Fogle. This is 2007. You've come to know and love him as Jared Fogle, the guy who lost over 200 pounds by eating nothing but Subway sandwiches alone. As a result, he went from plain old Jared to the much exciting Jared Fogle, the Subway guy. Well, it turns out in college, the all-American Jared was known for something entirely different. According to our source, while studying at Indiana University, Fogle ran a very successful pornography rental company out of his bedroom. His porn collection was vast and extensive, and Fogle took his business pretty seriously. A video would run a patron $1 a day, which was extremely cheap, and people would come from all over to take advantage of the deal. Needless to say, Jared had enough porn to keep his customers happy. And as far as his incredible weight loss goes, it turns out it wasn't as motivated as you would think. In fact, what got Jared hooked on Subway in the first place was pure laziness. The sandwich chain had opened a branch on the first floor of Jared's dorm, and with a busy porn company, Jared began eating sandwiches out of extreme laziness. It was the closest fast food available. Just imagine how different our lives would be if an Arby's had opened up there instead. Probably watching Jared on some TLC special about how he hasn't gotten out of bed in 6 years. Though we imagine his right arm would still be in tip-top shape. So this was 2007. So people have been bringing it up like they said like his porn collection was crazy. So who knows what fucking he had for everybody? Who knows?
Hey,
but they're bringing that up. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, you run a successful porn business. Awesome. Good for you, dude.
Good God.
As long as it wasn't kitty diddling, and good for you, dude.
Man's gotta eat.
Well, you know.
I just like the part about him having fucking a Subway in the first floor of his dorm. Like, everyone's like, oh, he had to walk and did this. No, he just walked downstairs, got the fucking sandwiches, walked back out and sold
So
them.
he basically lost weight by coincidence.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Lost weight by proximity.
Calories off with his right arm.
Probably sweating bullets too, selling that porn, always looking for some. Where's his legal business? The cops over here. Holy shit, another pound. Yeah, you know. I don't know.
Well, if he had to climb the stairs, he's getting some exercise.
Yeah,
there you go.
Well, when you weigh fucking whatever, 425 pounds, whatever he did, yeah, walking up and down the stairs, he probably dropped like 5 pounds. You know? Jesus.
Every time he shit, he probably dropped like 5 pounds.
That's a guarantee, baby. Dr. Rule definitely understands that, baby.
I'm gonna take a number 2 right now, baby, and this sit in this here toilet and slops down some firmament in this bowl.
Ethan Flair, nice of you to join us this evening, baby.
Yeah, what are you drinking, Ethan Flair? What's going on there?
Actually, I actually just got to work, so I don't have anything open yet. But I am opening up a beer mail I received from somebody on the panel.
What's going on there?
You want me to do a live beer mail video?
Yes, do it. Shut up and do it.
I already got half of them open already, but I couldn't wait.
Wait, did you just ask us if you should open it and then said, well, I already have it open?
Yeah, he did, baby. He was just trolling us. I approve.
That's how I do it. Allagash, Black Belgian style.
And it's a Joe beer mail, by the way.
Yeah, this is a
How do you know that, baby?
Because it's Allagash. Who the fuck else in this panel has Allagash?
Yeah, that's true, baby. That's fucking true. I didn't think about that.
I was actually stoked that Joe pulled through for me and got the Resurgence Crowler.
Look at this shit. There's the crowd. Boom, big ass dude.
It's bigger than my head.
Oh, baby, you shouldn't show any of the malt liquor drinkers. They'd be jealous, baby. 32-ounce can. They don't know what's happening.
That's fucking awesome, though.
Isn't it?
Black Duck Porter from Greenport Harbor Brewing Company.
Yeah, that's a good porter. And since you're a porter whore, I believe you call yourself, baby.
Porter Slut, yeah, Porter Whore. Buffalo Brewer Series. This is the Summer Saison. In a can.
Oh, look at that can. Look how kind of different.
From Resurgence.
Him a little baby.
And then I got these casual beers here. I got the KBS. And then I got the Bourbon County barley wine. So, and then that's all for right now that I've opened. I haven't opened the rest, so I'll just pop up now and then while you guys are talking.
Can anyone else, or can anyone here get Bourbon County stuff in Canada? Because I can't find it.
No, you guys, you might get it next year because it's in Ontario, and I don't know where else they plant. You guys are different because you're private, but I think Ontario. Actually, Ontario got it on draft in kegs at a couple places, I believe in and around Toronto. But next year they might actually get bottles. I don't know what that says for you being out west.
Awesome. Yeah, then definitely we'll be able to get it. Found 50/50 Eclipse up here, like 8 or 9 different versions, $45 a piece.
25? I'd try them for 25. They're
No.
30 to 35.
Dude, in the States, they're $30. If you get them on discount at some place that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, they're usually 25. So if you're gonna find them for 25, knock yourself out, because that's 25 Canadian. 25 Canadian is what, like $7 American or something?
It might be $5 or less.
I think you misunderstood me. 45.
Okay.
You could fuck yourself right in the asshole for that.
That's still like $15 American. I probably do.
Joe,
I'm gonna buy them, but
Joe, I sent you 10 Ziploc bags and I only got 9 back. So next beer mail, you have to mail me back another Ziploc bag.
I gave you the ones. I gave you the
Preferably
fucking
with no cat holes in it. You know, no cat chewing on it.
why don't y'all just buy pipeline insulator for beer mails?
I've just reused everything that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
The only
appreciate
pipelines I got were from Brad. Brad sent me 4 fucking beers and a fucking box like crazy big with like wine fucking things and all kinds of different Christ. I'm like, what are you doing?
Joe, what the fuck?
Hmm?
I feel like I sent you shit compared to what you sent me.
No, you sent me good shit. I liked it.
Holy fuck, dude. That's
What did you say, Joe? I didn't hear you.
big
No,
as
I said he
fucking
sent
grin
me
on my
good
face
stuff.
right now.
Yeah.
I think I got like 1 more to open here. Maybe 2. I think 2 more. Oh yeah. I know what I'm taking this South Carolina with me, baby. We'll be taking some of this Bourbon County barley wine, sitting on the beach, doing a live review.
I don't know if Bourbon County is one you bring to the beach, baby. That like the ones you got in the can, most likely. Like you should bring that big ass the crowler, the 32
That's what I'm
ounce
thinking
crowler.
about doing. Well, because yeah, me and my brother were gonna do a little live beach review on
Is
the.
he gonna look pissed off as he's reviewing with you?
No, it's the other one actually that was a lot better on camera than.
Oh, okay.
Joe, you sent me. Look, oh my God, look at this. This is like the biggest craft beer no-no. You were so busy packing this that you didn't even close the bag when you wrapped it. What if this would have exploded, Joe?
It's not going to, because I don't pack it like a fucking idiot.
I don't wrap my cans when I mail them. I mean, I wrap them like.
Just to be clear, Joe, you follow beer sampling with Dave's
Yeah, did you watch all 6 installments of his fucking?
I made sure to add an extreme amount of peanuts into the beer mail. So yes, I did follow.
Yeah, I
everything
noticed that. Thanks for
What'd you say? Peanuts or peanuts? What
I put a little bit of peanuts with peanuts involved. Like there's a little bit of each.
Okay, that's good.
Are there
Like as he's searching through for the beers, he might just grab onto Dick at some point.
That's fine with me.
Of all the male hookers that Joe has murdered and buried in his basement,
Listen, it's.
You got the dick in the
I
box?
have nothing for that. Like it could have happened.
dick in a box.
Holy shit, dude! You did send me a lot of peanuts. I know. I was like, when I got home, I was looking for the package and it was on my front porch, and I was like,
peanuts package.
I was like, there are not enough peanuts in the world to throw in there.
I get home and I didn't even notice how much fucking tape Joe put on the fucking box itself, and I'm like, you bastard.
It's gotta be.
He fucking covered it in packaging tape.
You weren't fucking cut through a can and had to do an impromptu review because the shit was so packed so well, and then complaining, hey Joe, maybe next time maybe you chance one of these fucking bottles getting smashed against a wall by a pissed off UPS worker. No, instead I'm gonna be an idiot and complain about it, and then fucking take a 6-point resin can and just cut through it.
Yeah, hey there, Ethan. This is what it sounds like. How fucking dare you look out for me and protect the beer you're sending me, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry. It takes an extra 10 seconds to open the fucking individual beer.
I'm sorry. I had to get my machete out to cut it open.
And I would like to point this out. Who the fuck are you? Did you want that box to get thrown through a window, possibly out like a 6-story window? There's fragile stickers all over the fucking thing. Like, you know what that is? Hit the shit out of me as hard as you can with the steel toe boots.
Here, I'll show it. Look, there's one.
What are you doing? Like, handle with care.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 underneath. No.
This show,
I'm
this
like,
is
well,
package.
they come in like pack of 50, so I just figured I'd slap them all on there. I got
Slap them all over the place so people kick the shit out of the fucking box.
And then you wonder why I don't fucking pack this shit for war. Big ass fragile sticker on it. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you.
Did you see the size of this box? It's like triple lined with cardboard. You could drop this out of a fucking airplane.
I made sure to preserve the mustache tape that you put on that.
Yeah, you better.
I felt like I should have.
Yeah.
Styro shippers or
There you go.
GTFO?
There you go, some mustache tape. What's that you?
Right, that's.
It's like at this point in the game, styro shippers would get the fuck out. Tell you right now. If you say peanuts, I'm gonna incinerate it in my driveway. I'm done with this shit. I'm not even gonna look what's inside. If I open up, I see peanuts. I'm gonna take it outside kerosene and light the shit on fire.
That would
just gonna light it on fire. And
it would be your loss if you did that. Yeah, you're destroying.
I don't give a shit. It's not worth the static, man. Literal static is not worth it.
Wow.
You can't handle getting trolled. Like that's what that is, getting trolled.
I'm getting trolled by like styrofoam things clinging to me for
fucking
hours.
right. That's how you get trolled. Like, I got all these peanuts. What do I do with them? It sucks for you, and that's a joke.
And
you
then
don't burn the fucking beer.
I will, and I will send return beer mail with covered in excrement, my own personal excrement.
Whatever, I will, as long as it's not inside the beer, I will fucking clean those up and drink them.
Did you raise your pinky when you said covered excrement on that glass, or I didn't see it? I didn't know which one. Oh, okay.
See, I don't. You don't raise a pinky in a Glen Cairn. I just,
Yeah, it's not spy-sided. You don't raise a pinky for anything but
who the fuck said fucking one review that someone it was I think it was Rhino. We did Wellington Red Sky at Night, and he's like, that's a $45 glass. I'm like, wait, exaggerate. It's for a set of 4 of them. It's not $45. And then fucking other husband's like, it's $45. I'm like, it's fucking $10. Maybe $12 if you're lucky. Settle down.
Joe, several hours without mentioning our absence, and
well, I'm glad that the anger turned me on to that.
And the price police. All right. So.
Ethan, you still struggling through that beer, man? What's happening,
No, I got it all open now. You guys want me to show you the rest?
No, no one gives a shit.
Oh, okay.
No, whatever. Just drink them all in a row and just.
I'm gonna mute you now.
High water.
Oh,
something broke. Hold on.
What beer is that? High water. I think it's high water. They make like 8 beers. Here's high water.
Ethan, an Emmy. Ethan deserves an Emmy right now for acting.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, High Water Brewing Campfire Stout.
Yeah, it's good shit. By good shit, I mean, it smells really good.
Yeah. Bourbon County's Stout 2013.
Nice. Jerk.
Yeah, I appreciate that these are a year old too, Joe. The Bourbon County barley wine and everything.
They're almost 2 years old, bro.
Really?
They were released in November of 2013.
I'm still living in the past, sorry.
Matt, though, says you got to wait about 8 years on those, so still.
Yeah, they had good terroir, though.
Conservatively.
Yeah, maybe 15. If you drink it anytime in the next 10 years, you might be a little underwhelmed.
Resurgence Big Ditch Low Bridge Hoppy Golden Ale.
Yeah, that's
that one. That's what the back one is. And
here
then
comes you with the
their IPA.
Yeah, that's what I drink tonight, baby.
Also, well, dual review, baby.
Yeah, my review is done. Tastes like bananas.
The last two, 2014 Imperial Sponge Candy Stout.
Now Matt just got that from his buddy. You guys can do a dual review of that, right?
That's awesome. And then the last one is Thor's Hammer Barley Wine, Bourbon Barrel Aged, 11.5%. Oh, it's from Canada. Oh, guess what I'm adding to my Canadian.
About Matt.
Yeah, you can add some good to your Canadian beer.
Bourbon Barrel Aged
shit you picked before.
Yeah, that can replace all of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, Paché Mortel, isn't that good? What about Flying Monkey? Chad said that it was 100.
What Flying Monkeys?
The Arcadian Groove or whatever.
That's good.
The Maple Porter, that's like 10%.
Just leave, leave.
I wish Google let me add my own sound effects because I just have the Priceless Right losing horn going throughout this whole fucking thing. Brr, 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 brr. Yeah, it's like the exact opposite of that.
Joe, did you drink any of the beers I sent you?
No, I'm
Yeah.
never gonna ask Ewart about that.
Oh, you never got the package?
No, I just don't drink beers people send me.
No, he doesn't.
No.
Joe,
You
Joe,
sell-
I
you sell
don't,
everything.
I don't drink beers that I buy myself. I just
I met Joe. It's probably going on almost 3 years now when I met Joe, and he still has beer they gave him then that he has never checked in or done nothing with. So
if I don't check it in, I don't drink it. Right? That's how that works.
I'm assuming.
He said, "You're making an ass out of you and only you."
I gave him all the Kuhn whales.
You did not give me any Kuhn whales because they don't exist.
Everything Kuhn does is a whale.
I forgot about that. That's true. Anything they ever bottle is a whale. It could be a shitty beer, still a whale.
Well, because it's all about, scarcity. It's a crapshoot if they ever do anything at all.
We waited in line for 5 hours. That means it's the best.
Oh,
beer.
and I forgot to mention,
Thanks for
Joe
the
sent
reminder.
me some very nice coasters.
I'm surprised you didn't fucking pull a Ewart and cut right through them and just accidentally throw them out.
Resurgence coaster.
Yeah,
I will be hanging these up. Bill's Brewing. I already have this one, Joe. What the hell?
I'm sorry.
And a Southern Tier. I have that one too. What the hell?
You can wipe your ass with them. I don't know.
No, I'll hang that. No, I have this mirror. I'll just put them. I put all my coasters up on the mirror there because I don't want to look at my ugly face.
So,
Wow, you might need to see a therapist, dude.
do you guys know the black death metal band Behemoth at all?
Paul's here.
I think
Paul
we
can
need to talk
type
to
in the.
Paul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Paul can type over
Oh
here.
shit,
Paul.
Paul
is
is
the-
awesome.
He's the metal connoisseur.
Oh, shit. I gotta go.
They're releasing a couple IPAs anyway from a Polish brewery. Sacrum, a Belgian-style IPA, and Profanum, which is a black IPA.
Joe's laughing at the same thing I am.
Jesus Christ, Paul! What the fuck?
It's like a fucking gangbusters.
Berserker. Not Beerzerker, Berserker. There's a big difference.
It's like a thinner creepily. What the? He did say welcome to the club, right? That did happen. Jordan and Lee are gonna do a dual review. It's gonna be fantastic.
I'm starting a sort of a national socialist beer tube movement.
Oh, nice.
Can I be on it?
So
You gotta shave your head.
So no Russian Imperial Stout or frickin' Schmaltz Brewery, I guess.
No, we gotta go for the pure Aryan race beers. That's all we can do.
Bein Stefana!
Right.
Fuck you, Paul.
Paulana.
Paul, at least he was grateful for my 8-month-old beers. I like how Ethan was reviewing the Space Dust, and he's like, "No, this is brewed on 11/14.
This is a swell beer.
That's like 8 months old. It's not Paul's fault. Not at all. There's a fucking date on the bottle. How is that not Paul's fault?
I was just trying to be a good friend, Joe. Damn.
Yeah, I'd have fucking been like, "What are you doing, Paul? You gotta fucking get some reading glasses."
Well, I drank it, and then I was like, wow, this actually tastes good. Fuck it. Let's turn the camera on and make a quick review.
Oh, you mean wait? You drank it first, then reviewed it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
You son of a bitch.
I can only imagine the freshman. This tastes kind of monkey, guys. What happened?
I did that in one of my videos, too. I said, I poured this out, guys, just so... Oh, no, it was a Sweet Baby Jesus. I drank a whole 6-pack before I did the review. Like, just so you guys know, it's important to you guys. It's important for you guys to know that I drank 5 of these already.
Yeah, well,
Some people think that's important. So
you didn't drink it and go, oh my god, I had no idea it was gonna taste like that at all.
You mean I poured it out, or I poured it in when there was already some in the glass, and I said, wow, this is amazing.
Man, I'm gonna give this like a 96 and just then fucking videotape you fucking poured it down the drain.
How do I put sound effects on Paul's comments specifically? Jesus Christ!
I think they're coming from Ethan's Pokemon headphones.
Pikachu.
Whoa, Pikachu! What are you talking about?
Oh my god! We're still live. I gotta get out of here. For my HR department finds this video.
Profiling again.
No one. She's even before the HR department finds this video. That'd be unfortunate, but I don't think they're looking.
Yeah.
What's a
If they manage to find this video, then they're very diligent people.
I got nothing else to do.
Social media campaign against you, Joe.
Oh, you're criticizing his own company now. They got nothing else to do. This fucking bunch of lazy pieces of shit.
I didn't say that.
That's what you're
implying, though. So yeah, well,
you're implying like, oh, I've been in this company for years. These guys are a bunch of lazy fucks. They don't even do anything.
You know, that's why he grew the beard to kind of be incognito. You know, the last time they saw me, I didn't have one. Yeah, that's not me.
At work, he wears like a Asian style fucking face mask because I'm afraid of diseases. I'm a germaphobe. Really, seriously. I'm not hiding a beard under here.
He's like Todd. He just eats the fucking food out of the bag without touching it. Oh my god. Why do you eat chips out of the bag without touching them? I don't want to get germs. Oh my god. What? You ever see fucking Todd's fucking he fixed his camera problem, so they're like watchable.
I don't watch his videos. Who watches his videos?
Oh my god, you gotta watch the last one. It's hilarious.
I only watch
someone in the comments. Someone in the comments was like, "We need to know why you eat fucking all your food out of the bag without touching it." And there's like 10 fucking thumbs ups to it because everyone's like, yeah, let's do it. And he addresses, he's like, I don't like germs and I can't touch them. And I'm just like, unbelievable. So that's why he eat them like a pig. He rips the bag down the fucking center and just like a fucking dog. It's ridiculous.
He's fucking Howie Mandel.
Oh, it is. It's bad. But yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All right, guys. I really have to go actually.
Yeah, why don't you ship me some wine shippers so you don't get your panties in a bunch.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining, York. Have a good night.
Get muted, son. Oh.
Oh, well played, sir. You fucking douche. you fucking mustached douche. I would say I would send out wine shippers if I had any left. I keep sending them out and they will come back. So,
yeah.
Lee, thank you for hosting. This is better than any BDU. Thank you.
Hey, you heard it. Endorsement from you.
Less rhino.
I couldn't hear you with his dick in your mouth. What was that? That's what we leave out. Okay, great.
That's right, because that dick was so big he couldn't talk through it. That's right.
Made a whistling noise.
What the fuck is going on?
Did you just spell... What are you doing, Paul? That's not how you spell leader. It's not how you spell winner. If you're trying to... Paul said, got a new camera, but it has a new video format that I can't edit, so they will be a bit different. Good video quality, kind of weird audio.
It's QuickTime or something.
Hope my review is the worst part of the new videos. They were always the worst part of all your videos.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting almond husks. Oh wait, no, they're walnut husks. There's some kind of nut husk. I like how he did it.
The blueberry husk.
And then what he just posted, is that what you're going to say, Joe? Where he's like, don't make fun of me!
Don't make fun of me, I'm getting walnut husks! You're not getting walnut husks. I could just see Paul just fucking like eating the husks of a walnut, going, that'll be a flavor that I'll taste in a future beer. It just doesn't.
That's what I should have just mailed him. Should have mailed him coconut husk.
Why is Joe Helen Keller right now? Like, what the fuck's going on right now?
What happened?
He's always been blind, deaf, and dumb.
Yeah, but typically at this point he kind of chimes in, but he's doing the whole muted thing.
Well, that's
You know?
because the music in his reviews is too loud.
Oh no, you just fucked up. Right there.
Completely unwatchable, I believe is the direct quote.
At all.
That was a darring comment. Right, Paul? Just so everyone knows that's watching Hougly live, which I wanted to mention this to you, Lee. The Stone Age was on last week, and I watched it for the first time ever.
And what'd you think of it?
Well, number one, whoever says Hougly is fucking idiotic, so I'm looking at you, Rhino. It's Hougly. It's totally Hougly, and it was awesome. I
always said Hougly.
Yeah, no, it's Hougly. It's Hougly. Yeah, no, it was good. I watched it. I caught I missed the first 5 minutes of it, so I just DVR'd it and then watched the next day. So I missed the first 5 minutes. I don't know how important the first 5 minutes are.
Not really.
But it doesn't seem to be on again. It was like on one of those fucking weird, like Encore, one of their 85 channels on cable. I'm like, oh, fucking, I never see this on any kind of network, period. Let alone any kind of movie channel. It's like one of those rare. You kind of got to get the DVDs or watch it on.
Yeah, it's super obscure. It was one of those. It was one of those ones that just totally disappeared because of Dazed and Confused, basically.
Yeah.
Hey.
Which I like Dazed and Confused too, but there's still way different movies.
Yeah.
Joe, real quick, which one's the better one from Resurgence? The IPA, the Brown Ale, or the Saison? Which one's the best one?
I didn't.
Wait, Ethan.
What? Yeah.
No, just fucking stop.
I didn't send you a Resurgence IPA. If you're talking about the Community Beer Works IPA.
Yeah.
You're talking about all three of the cans.
Yeah.
The Community Beer Works IPA.
They're all different breweries. Oh.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about it. It's 3 different breweries for $9, and
that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, Ethan. Even though there are 3 different breweries, you're not supposed to be asking them which are better. You're supposed to determine it yourself. You're supposed to review the fucking beers and determine for yourself what you like and don't like.
So look at it like this. Just look at it like this, Ethan. Ethan, one is a hoppy golden ale. Okay. One is a summer saison, and one is an IPA with 3 pretty awesome hops.
I'm trying to figure out which one.
That's gonna be better.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out which one I should drink now.
All of them.
They're all literally 8 days old, so I would drink whatever ASAP because they're super fresh.
Okay, what about the Crowler? How fresh is that?
It says a date right on the fucking Crowler.
No,
I think it should shotgun that shit, motherfucker. You got keys?
What is the date of the Crowler?
Who has keys nowadays?
What is the date of the Crowler, big boy?
It doesn't fucking say. It just has.
It says ABV, and then right underneath it, there's another number that they wrote.
That's what that word means. Date.
Joe, why did
I send you a beer bag? Why did you send here?
He doesn't deserve
Look
it.
at that guy that has a K-Dot date on here.
It says what, 773 on it?
I don't even know how to read that. It's like
great.
It's like a
great. There's numbers in front of me. I don't know how to read that.
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Hold on, bitches. Hold on, bitches.
Like Joe, when
what day is that? Can you tell
I don't know.
me?
It's true. That's true. I can't tell either.
There you go, fucker. It looks
it's Omega 5, baby. Everybody knows Omega 5.
So here, I'll tell you right now. I got that filled on Sunday, so I'd imagine that says 7.5, so 7.5, which would be
7.5%. Holy shit!
No, that's the date. That is the date. So it is 3 days old. That's 3 days old.
All right. Well, I'm chugging it now.
I was gonna actually send you sponge candy, the actual candy, and then I was like, well, it's like 85 degrees, that'll probably melt. Bad idea.
Joe, I think if you've learned anything, don't send him anything ever again.
What is the date? It says date right on the fucking thing. Where is it? It's right there.
Because come on, Joe. When you sent me beer mails, did I fucking ask you which was the best one to drink first?
No, you just drank them fucking completely smashed. Which I told Ethan, if he wants to stay in the whole theme of things, you drank Bourbon County barley wine, shit-faced. Paul drank Bourbon County barley wine, shit-faced. Ethan, you see a little bit of theme here? You probably should just drink it shit-faced.
So what you're saying?
If you do it
so
on
what
the
you're
beach,
saying is I should drink it shit.
That's right.
Yeah,
You get in there,
shit-faced on the beach.
you drink it real. You just real drunk. If you just drunk and you just go with the almond husk and some coconut, and you get those tasting notes, baby. And those is what you're gonna have. You're gonna
make sure you tell me
those
about all the almond husks. I need to know. Well, I need to know
almond
specifically
husk, baby.
what kind of nut husks you're getting. If they're like
This is the kind
ballsack
of
husk.
These are the kind of husks that the people in Italy, they're just like scraping the almonds down, and you get those almond husks, baby. And it's before they put it in the amaretto liqueur, they just got the almond husk, and you drink that up, and you taste it, and you go, that is damn good almond husk, baby. It's good almond husk. It's Bull of the Woods kind of stuff, baby. It's really powerful.
And coconut.
That's right, coconut.
Well,
That's right,
yeah,
Jordan. You put some coconut in that stuff, you smash fucking Jimmy Snook over the head with a coconut, and you get that taste, baby.
You're riding pipe of the shit out of him, baby.
Taste of the islands.
That's right, that's right. Jimmy Snooker knows the coconut. If you, to this day, if you take your tongue and you lick Jimmy Snooker's head, you will get coconut, baby. That is how impactful that flavor is.
Yep. But Jimmy Snooker, he's a murderer, baby. So I'm kind
That's right. He killed his wife.
He did. He got away with it.
He got away with throwing his wife off a balcony, and that is terrible.
Well, it's not illegal if you got away with it.
That is.
That is the way that Jimmy Snooker looked at the situation, baby. But yeah, everybody else probably thinks he's a piece of shit. But it's Jimmy Snooker, so from the standpoint of being a wrestling fan, it's like he's Jimmy Snooker. He fucking jumps off of cages and shit, baby. He doesn't kill people, but he does.
He thought this like, oh, she just did a crossbody off the balcony, and she shouldn't have done that. That was unfortunate.
Well, looks like two of our panelists have lost a chromosome.
Or have an extra one.
Hey,
Yeah, that too.
why is it
That's
so
what
hard
I
to
meant, actually.
Well, we got some females on the panel now. What's going on there?
I'm confused with it. What's it
Double X,
transpired right now?
not double X.
Did you just say double A, man? He's the enforcer. Is that what you're trying to
That's
say?
right. Our NSN ain't here. There's no NSN here.
I want to be called Spaghetti. I don't want to be called the Enforcer.
Ethan
Well,
Flair,
no-
I really wish I had any idea what you're talking about right now, baby. I don't. I had no idea.
You're
Ethan,
Ohio Elvis, and that's all you'll ever be.
That's
Bye.
right. No one is ever gonna in this sort of mistake you for any sort of enforcer, baby.
You didn't
Don't
show.
worry about it.
Did you get the Harponius Union, or did they steal that from you, baby? Because you didn't show the Harponius Union.
Who, me?
Yeah, with the Harponius Union at.
I thought I showed you that. I showed you.
Oh, you don't have to show me. I just
didn't
make sure.
show that one. Shit.
Yeah, you make sure you get that one, baby, and drink it up.
Union from Jack Sabbath, baby.
Yeah, that's good stuff. You should probably drink that ASAP. Nah,
Yes.
I didn't say lick the fucking thing, baby. That's good.
So, Joe, you said that the Hoppy Golden Ale is probably the worst one.
Yeah, I'd say drink all.
I'm drinking it at room temp right now, so.
Yeah, baby. let me.
Wow, it smells good.
Let me go into Roland Terrio form right now and say, baby, that should be like a slush.
Holy shit! Look at the bubbles. It's like a freaking tornado. Well, the camera you can't really see it, but.
Yeah, you doing a live review for us right now? What's happening?
That is some most excellent embellishment right
You
there.
are probably the first person outside of New York that is drinking that beer, baby.
Derek, can you hold on? Wait, I got a flashlight under it. Hold on, Derek, can you see it now?
That's
Yeah,
right.
wow.
There we go. And
Nuts.
Ethan Flair, that is the first, you're probably the first person outside of New York, because they just came out on the 4th.
That's a nice
Ethan,
looking
do you have your other camera going? Are you like reviewing, or are you just wasting all this beer mail in front of Joe right now? Is that what you're doing?
Wait a minute, it's okay.
God damn, Ethan, you piece of shit.
Oh, that's messed
Wow,
up,
Joe,
baby.
that's not too bad. It's actually pretty good.
It's all right, baby. I gave it like an 83. It was okay.
Ethan, no one's
It's really
coming to
good
my
at room
channel.
temp, too.
No one's coming to my channel for your beer reviews, you son of a bitch.
Sorry.
I'm
Sorry.
having deja vu.
No one
baby.
watching.
I'm having deja vu. We had
Deja vu?
Deja vu.
Boo,
I'm
boo.
sorry. Dustin Rose very excited. I'm having deja vu. This is like 3 months ago when Lee did the same thing, and this is how it all played out. Lee was saying the same shit. Ethan Flair, you were saying the same shit, and then Nick was like, "I gotta go, guys." It all happened like that. It all happened exactly like that. Now, Nick, are you leaving anytime in the next 5 minutes?
Probably.
See?
Oh, God,
Deja vu, baby.
Deja vu, baby.
Take a poop.
Deja vu.
Ethan,
Yeah.
Poop like you poop.
Who is that?
papaya and
When did you
coconut.
get a haircut?
What?
You just got one recently. What do you mean?
Just noticed he had a haircut. What the hell?
Ethan, you're not even
I
drunk,
thought
baby.
that was
What's
talking to
happening?
me for a minute.
Yeah, I joined an NS group.
Oh, you need to get out of there right now.
You have multiple sclerosis?
No, NS, not MS, baby.
Oh, I thought it MS-13.
We should be laughing about multiple sclerosis, baby. That doesn't seem like we should even chuckle
Come
about
on now,
that. That's some serious
we
shit.
talking the real MS, the mumbles.
You
and
know
the
what's
stumbles,
really
baby.
messed up? This Joe Chewy, the guy I buy beer from, he has MS, so I guess it's not funny.
Oh.
And why do you
Well,
call him
Ethan
Chewy?
Flair? Ethan Flair, are you eating something right now?
Well, that because it's that, yeah, I mean it's pretzels.
You ruined the taste of the beer,
it's,
baby. What are you, rolling
that's not-
dairy on Jesus Christ?
The answer is yes or no. It's not. I might be. There might be chips involved.
Yeah. No, I was trying to answer Lee's original question. Why do I call him Chewy? It's because the place where I buy beer, they have one actual beer garden, and he's in charge of like bringing in all the shit. So
he's
I don't even know his real name.
What? How the fuck does him bringing shit in translate to Chewy? What the fuck is going on now?
Listen here, Ethan. That response, on a scale of 1 to 10, the sense that was made from that response was like a negative 5 billion. Why do you call him Chewy? Why do you call him Chewy? Because he brings in the beer? What? He brings in the beer? He's Chewy now. I'm just going to start calling
They
people
call him
Roger.
Chewy. That's his nickname. No,
Man-
that's his nickname.
My girl, my girl calls me lemonade because purple tastes like hammers.
Pretty much. There you go. Goddamn, that makes as much sense as anything. Goddamn, Ethan, you need to really rethink everything you say and do on a constant basis before you interact with other human beings. I mean, goddamn, boy, goddamn.
Can I just say what I want to say?
You can.
There is no filter on this mustache.
Say what you want to say. No one has been holding back, baby. I mean, no one's holding you back.
I say what I need to say.
God.
They probably call him Chewy because if he shakes any more from the MS, his meat's gonna be like burger.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
I love it in my meat's burger. I love it in my meat's burger.
MS burger.
I don't even. Never mind.
I don't know.
I'm going down there,
using
Dustin Rose is gonna not
I'm
engage.
using one of these lovely coasters.
Brad just jumped in
It
here.
looks like it was used.
I don't even know what the fuck Brad thinks at this point. He just jumped in, all these assholes talking.
Brad the Hitman Hot, baby. What's going on?
Yep.
Okay. Just wanted to say,
Heartbreaker.
guys, it's been 5 minutes since Joe asked if I was gonna leave in 5 minutes, so bye.
All right. Thanks for joining, Nick.
I just had deja vu, baby. Stay as long as you want.
Deja vu. I'll talk to you folks later. Cheers.
Have a good one, Nick.
Peace.
Brad, you there? What are you doing? What are you drinking?
Oh, those are awesome, dude.
You're ruining the flavor of the beer, Ethan Flair.
Is there an echo now?
What?
What? Mm-hmm. There is.
Awesome. You know I'm in the chat.
Yeah, these are pretty good.
Wait.
Hey, I can hear myself.
Ricola. Oh, no more echo, baby.
Here. Ah.
All right, I'm gonna take it offline at the very least because I don't think at this point anyone needs to see any more of this shit.
No.
So
That's
we'll
a
just
good judgment call.
yeah.
Did they ever need to see any of this?
Probably not. So anyone who actually watched this fucking far in, thanks for watching. I'm sorry. I apologize quite a bit.
Stop being a pussy, Lee.
I'm not.
Everyone who watched, you know you had a good time, and now you're disappointed because we're leaving.
No, I had a good time. I'm just saying.
They had a good time. They had a good time too.
Most of the other people watching probably didn't. But anyway, good night to the general audience. Fuck you. We're gonna.
Brad's on his piece.
What piece?
Brad's